done, everybody. I have to apologize. Chris, you did it too. Can you not hear? Can you feel it? I can. I was apologizing to the world.
Well, randomly, this is not working.
Oh, it's Thursday.
Is it really random if it happens all the time?
Shut up, Chris.
You've made the list, Chris.
For what?
Right at the start of the day.
He's been good at that lately.
I'm feeling good. I come in.
We had a good conversation outside.
Great conversation. We almost never talk before the show.
We hugged it out.
We did. It was a great convo. Roll in, Pat, Tom, and Cody.
You having a good time down there with Tom?
Yeah.
You were Tommy.
Tom wasn't yelling at me for a change.
Yeah.
He gave me an IHOP gift card.
What? He tried to sell me something. This is a true story.
A bag of goods.
This is 100% a true story. I won't say what. No, it wasn't drugs.
It's body.
I'll tell you guys off the air, but it's so Tom.
Bait.
And then Chris, I'm not even going to say it for a couple reasons. A, I don't want to offend the person he was referencing. Not that they're listening.
I don't think it's offensive.
And B, I don't want to encourage the audience. Let's just say sometimes people give you a compliment and you kind of live, thanks, that's great. You kind of live off of it all day.
You did not take it that way.
This is the opposite, where he said something and it wasn't even in my head. And now all day long, that's what I'm thinking. And for some reason, I have this urge to go pull some trout out of Ice House Reservoir this weekend.
That sounds like fun.
Well, let's see if I can't change this mood. Good morning. Welcome in. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Let's see. We had a post-show meeting yesterday with management as we continue our.
Well,
yeah, it did. It went well, and they were going over all the numbers. And again, thank you to everybody for that. Those are good conversations. And then next week's topic is going to be a combination of ideas for summer content, and also our boss is going to pull some segments for us to listen to. That's called an air check in the business.
the second that happened, oh boy, not. I went oh boy for you.
Right.
I think the whole room changed.
What I like about these meetings, and I know how sometimes, like my wife does this a lot. She'll go, "I love when you do that," and she does not love it. Shut the screen. She means the opposite. She doesn't love when I say or do this thing. It's her way of saying, I hate when you do this thing. But I actually do enjoy this. I love how the meeting, because we're doing these once a week now, I love how you and Chris are kind of the de facto spokesman for my mental health in the meetings. I think Chris said something too at one point where he's like, Dave's going to obsess on that for the next week. Yeah.
There's sometimes when things get said to you, I'm like, oh no.
That's how I felt. That part, which was none of it was bad.
No, it was
but
great.
I went, oh no,
and,
Dave's going to think about this.
And just to be clear, like, honestly, I'm. You guys will back me up. I look. I wouldn't if I didn't like
There's no obsession.
None at all. If I didn't like our boss, I wouldn't come out and say I didn't like our boss, but I just wouldn't mention it. But truly, he's a really good guy. And he's the best kind of boss. He just kind of lets you do your thing and then it says, "How can I help you?" So he didn't do anything wrong. And this is a very standard thing in the business, but what an air check is when you sit in a room with your program director and he'll pull segments or certain parts from past shows and we'll all listen to them. And then,
why did you say this? What was your thinking there?
And look, to be fair, and I imagine this will be the case, maybe not, but some of them are like, hey, I really liked, and this is usually what they do. They'll play some good ones I really like that was a great tease. See how you paid that offer. This was, it'll be all positive, but somewhere in there is going to be, all right, so you see, you took too long to go to break, or, you said, hey, we'll be right back, but why am I coming back? You didn't really give the audience a reason. Or, hey, you gave this great tease, and then when you came back, you started talking about gerbils or whatever, and the problem is that the whole time I'm going to be in a state of flinch. But even if let's say he pulled 4 segments and he played them all, and all 4 of them were phenomenal. And all he had to say was, I have no notes. These are great.
It might actually be too good.
Even if he said that, I hate listening to the show. I hate listening to me. I hate every time. You guys can understand. Anytime, like if there's a YouTube clip or whatever that Frankie puts out, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't remember that, or what did we say there? And I play it. I am disgusted by the way I sound on the radio and what I say. A lot of people, many in this business, will go back and like listen to segments. I can't do it. I don't like listening to it. So an air check is a nightmare for me, because no matter what he has to say, even if it was all positive, why did you say it? You sound like a moron. Why would anyone what are you doing with your life? Yeah. You're somebody's dad. Why did you even have kids? Your marriage is just what is going on? You're not a good looking man. You're dying soon. You're going to be this years old in a few. All of it.
I didn't think my air check with you would stick that long. My goodness.
Yours were better.
No.
Yours were.
I think there's something about that. Like, there's two parts to what you said.
Yeah.
Of, like, even if we heard 4 great things, I feel like, who was it? Columbo. Like, the whole thing would be great.
Yes.
Great. We're even done.
One more thing.
We're walking out of the room. Oh, there's just one more thing.
One more thing.
Remember that time? You're like, that, or I've had the thing where this has been more so because I try to go back sometimes and listen to play-by-play that I've done. And I'm like, wait till you hear this.
Till you hear it.
I crushed this call. And I go, oh. In my head, I thought it was like, that's going to get me in the Broadcasting Hall of Fame. And I listen back, I go, it was okay.
It was fine.
And then there's others who are on the other side. I'm like, what did I do there? And I listen back, oh, that wasn't as bad as so it's weird, the thing in your head sometimes, what you think you said, and then you listen back, you're like, that's not exactly how I thought I did.
I will give you your credit, Jason. You did tell me this is the funniest piece of sound that you will ever hear.
It lived up to it?
And it lived up to it.
That was a few years back.
Well, at least you don't have to hear one of your calls every day when the show opens. Don't we play No We Didn't yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I like that call. That's a very good call. The other topic for this show. Why did you get all quiet when I said that, by the way? Did I say something wrong?
No, I was trying to let the joke.
Oh no, I was being ironical because we played.
Yeah, so I
hope that doesn't
let it sit there.
I hope that doesn't make you feel bad. No. The other topic again, show topics for summer. That doesn't get any better because I stress out all year about summer. We actually went over in the meeting.
We had a lot of analogies.
Timeline, yes, of when I start freaking out about summer. Usually it's after Thanksgiving and et cetera, and then summer gets here. And, and he said at one point, he goes, just like, what's your guys' content strategy for the summer? And all I wanted to say, honest to God, all I wanted, at least from my point of view, because Jason, you'll be like, well, doot, and bop it up. And then Chris will be like, yeah, and doot, and like all these like nicely thought through
Christmas music.
Right. And I'm like, well, I'm going to take a bunch of time off and I
fake my death.
Yeah, right. I'm going to hope things happen in sports. And when they don't, that's when my ADD kicks in and we start doing Mount Rushmores. And I'm just going to go into a fetal position until Hard Knocks starts. And that's because you asked me, when do you stop stressing out? It's when Hard Knocks. That's when I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So a couple things, because we only have a couple minutes here. And I have a feeling we might go a minute over. Number one, I love truckers. When I was a little kid, wanted to be a trucker. I recognized that would not be a good job for me because I don't like driving long distances. But
my dad was a trucker.
Was he really?
Mm-hmm.
There's something about open road, carrying a load of something for someone. You're off. You're kind of your own boss. Maybe you got a little dog in the passenger seat, like Smokey and the Bandit. That type of thing. And when I was 6 years old, 7 years old, 25 years old, I'd be the guy out the window when I'd see a trucker. They'd be like, pull the thing down to get him to honk.
I have actually pulled on that horn.
Have you really? Oh my God. I never have. What a dream.
As like an 8-year-old.
What a dream. That is so great. Seriously. Amazing. Like that would be.
Then stop it.
If I had the opportunity to do that tomorrow, I would. And I would be 6 years old all over again. So when we're out on the road and I see a trucker, I always have a lot of respect. Like I'm driving a regular car, they're driving this giant 18-wheeler. So I always have a lot of respect for them. So sometimes, like this morning when I was on the way in, I was getting on from I-80 to Business 80, and there was a trucker trying to get over into my lane to be able to take the Business 80 exit. So whenever I see that, I'll either, if my rule is this, if I'm at the upper half of the car, of the truck, I speed up. If I'm back, then I slow down. In this case, I was back, so I slowed down to let the trucker in, and then what I do is I flash my brights so that they know it's time to come over. So I flash my brights. He already has his blinker on. He comes into the lane, but here's the thing, and this is just my plea to truckers everywhere. It's not honking the horn, but for some reason, no matter what age I'm at, when the trucker makes it over after I flash my lights and he flashes his lights back at me, it's the greatest feeling.
You've communicated.
I'm giddy. I'm happy.
You were helpful.
I was helpful, and I said, "Here you go."
That was a tip of the hat to you.
That's right. It's a tip of the hat, and I got a trucker to tip his or her cap to me, and it feels great. He just moved over in the lane and kept going. And I was just so sad. I wasn't mad. No part of me was mad. I just was kind of sad about it. I was just kind of sad about it. So truckers, love you, respect you. If somebody flashes their brights at you, please do the brake lighty thing, because it really makes people happy.
Also, just regular drivers. If
that's true,
you're getting on the street and someone lets you in, give them.
That's true.
Any chance?
I do too many waves.
Yes.
I give when traffic is stopped and they say you can go, I give them a wave. Yes. And they let me in, I go wave. And as I drive by.
Yeah, exactly.
Any chance it was a young truck driver?
I don't know who it was. Could have been. Maybe this generation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Automated truck?
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. No, I don't think so. There was somebody in there. But yeah, whatever.
Maybe they had a long way to go.
Maybe they had a short time to get there. Yeah. Okay. I know this is normally where we break and take a minute here. I have been holding off on talking about this for a while. Purposely. I've not been looking forward to this moment. I really haven't, because it is a wonderful time in my life and my family's life, and we would be on the top of the thing of things. And I don't want to, like Chris darkened my mood. I don't want to darken the mood. But there's no way around this. My daughter has made a decision.
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
That is a fact. I am proud and happy and nervous to announce that my little baby girl is going to be, well, I would tell you, but for some reason my computer's not. Is my computer up? Okay. And it's up. Okay. The my little baby girl has made a commitment Jason.
Is this the ARC fight song?
I did all I could. I tried. Believe me, I tried. But in the end, it was out of my hands and into my pocketbook. Starting this fall, I'm so sorry.
I can hear you.
My little girl will be attending the University of Southern California. So,
oh, man, I'm out of cash.
I am so unbelievably out of cash. I'm out of everything. I will be looking to donate organs. I still have no idea how much it's going to cost. They sent us back another note yesterday saying, hey, still need an explanation. So we had to send them this long letter about the thing we've already explained 50 times.
It's like market price.
In a restaurant, if you need to ask what market price is, you cannot afford it. NYU, thanks for playing. UCLA, That's what I thought it was going to be. Even tried to make a push for Chapman in the end. She went down, and Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, and the fact that the band played and gave her a little sticker.
I wonder what song they played.
The
one they know?
The one they know. I hate all things Southern California. I hate all things LA specifically, and God has a sense of humor, apparently, because my firstborn, my baby girl, will now be attending the University of Southern California. Jason, I know this upsets you. All I can offer is that I, too, can tell you that this was not my first choice. But unlike the one mom, when the kid was declaring his where he was going to play football, unlike the one mom who left the podium and stormed out, I cannot do that, for it is not about although I'm paying for it. It's not about her or you or me or her mother. It's about what she wants. So, yeah.
Did you say your daddy works at a radio station? That's interesting. My daddy owns several radio stations.
That's exactly right. She's probably going to be going to school with Dylan Bonneville.
DP. So the last words I said to her were, "Go Bruins."
That's very true.
And her last words to you, Jason, were, yeah.
So,
thought that was the dream.
Look, I know we're way late. I have one question and one question only, Jason. And I struggle with this too.
Is the song over?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to play the next song as soon as they learn it. How do we handle USC gear on the show? Is it just always going to be a thing? Like proud USC dad, a hat? Is it going to be that? Is it going to be the two-handed wave, the thumbs down, not sideways? You and I have to be able to work through this.
Want me to wear Lakers gear in here? Want me to wear Dodgers gear in here?
I mean, that would be a plus for you, right, Jason?
Huddersfield's rival,
Leeds.
Yeah. Want me to wear that purple? Oh, what are they?
The
Leeds?
Yeah, I don't know, like yellow or something.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
White.
A white.
Lily white.
Yeah.
What white?
Lily.
Lily. All right. Well, we'll take a break. Look, the sad thing is that part of that meeting yesterday was things are going amazing. We're killing it. Top 5, top 4, top 2 in a couple categories.
Contracts aren't signed.
Yeah, we may have just this might be the silver bullet.
Wow.
What are their colors? It's not
Did you buy USC stuff?
No.
You're going to. It's going to be.
Oh, no, I haven't received it yet.
So you did.
We did a whole thing. We filmed it. We filmed her hitting and then we had to make the deposit. Yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't know what else I can say. I suck.
Sometimes I'm sorry isn't enough.
Sometimes when we touch, we'll take a break. When we come back,
Congrats, Avery. That's awesome.
And by the way, somebody thank you. I'll pass that on. And Kevin on the chat brings up a great point. You're going to get some UCLA swag now that we bought.
Proud UCLA dad and mom.
A couple of mugs. A pennant. We'll be right back with Leading Off next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com or an instant quote, or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Winding down, and the horn sounds here in LA, and the Timberwolves have defeated the Lakers 103-96. They close out the series in 5 games. And for the first time in franchise history, the Timberwolves have advanced to the second round of the NBA playoffs in back-to-back seasons.
I was going to say, wait a minute. I remember them advancing.
Yeah. Imagine your daughter at those Laker games. Hey, I'm gonna first off, that's awesome. Second off, I don't know if you know this. 3 of my 4 brothers went to USC.
Oh, come on. They did?
Yeah, I haven't talked to them. So, just so you know, still don't talk to them. It's a great school. She'll do great. It's awesome.
Well, it is a great school.
But get her loving it. She'll love LA. She will.
She loves LA
See?
already. She loves LA. And now we just have to figure out how much it costs.
Details.
She, her.
I don't think it's much.
Oh,
yeah.
Her mother was talking to me yesterday about a graduation party. I didn't even think about that. Graduation party is, hey, congratulations. Here's a set of steak knives. You're going to USC.
You're getting her steak.
There's some hope. Maybe she doesn't graduate.
A hope and a chance.
She's already graduated.
Well, like Chris and I have been saying about her going to USC, enjoy those 7 years. They like to get their money.
Well,
the look on your eye when you realize most people don't graduate in 4 years.
The problem also is that we've got 2 years of her. And then we're going to have
round two.
There's going to be, if she were to graduate in 4 years, there's going to be a 2-year period where we have 2 kids in college.
Yeah, but I'm thinking Mason saved up for it. Mason's
honestly, he probably will.
Yeah.
And that's where we start.
Do you guys take cash?
Throughout all this thing, we're like, hey.
I'll just take what you're giving Avery and go to ARC.
He literally said that last night. Not that. He literally said, he goes, so now that Avery's going to USC, I know that I was looking it up. I know that's expensive. Like, I don't mind. Like, I'll go to Sierra College if it helps. We're just like, he's such a good soul. But he doesn't, like, through this whole thing, we want to make sure he gets attention too.
Yeah.
And so I'll say, hey, buddy, have you, by this time, Avery knew exactly where the idea where she wanted to go. And
she did.
I mean, she did. Yeah, exactly. I say, and the funny thing is, he actually gets, she got a B this year, so he actually gets better grades than her because he hasn't got a B. And
that's why she chose USC.
I mean, maybe. So, anyways, he has no idea where he wants to go. I don't know.
He's got time.
He's got plenty of time. Anyways, enough about that. My daughter's Lakers got sent home.
Yes.
And it's good to hear. It's good to be with you, Lakers.
It is.
We have we'll
hey, they went a little farther than the Kings. Little.
They won exactly one more postseason game than we did.
Did they?
One.
One. Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
Just one.
Just one. We're gonna switch so we can do a longer segment on this because anytime the Lakers go home, we'll happily cover that at length. Yesterday was actually a really good day for me personally when it came to basketball because the Rockets absolutely won and the Lakers got sent home.
Yeah,
could not have gone.
Chris
better.
got them both right. You got half right. I missed both.
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah,
your Lakers.
They had to do better.
You got to do better. Take a quick break. When we come back, we got audio. Wolves beat the Lakers, post-game reaction. And what does this mean for LeBron's legacy? In fact, we need to focus on the TV. We need to see every time something LeBron comes up, we need to mention that it's coming up. We'll do that all right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Sacramento River Cats baseball is here, and the Cats Pass is your all-access pass to the full 2025 season. Enjoy access to every single home game at Sutter Health Park at unbeatable value. Cats Pass holders receive access to the Sky River Casino Solon Club on select dates, along with upgrades and guest options. Join us for unbeatable value with the Sacramento River Cats all season long. Get your Cats Pass today at rivercats.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
If you love golf but don't want to play the same 18 holes over and over, at Timber Creek and Sierra Pines, you get 27 holes of variety, so every round feels fresh. And with a Premier Club membership, you'll enjoy unlimited golf with a cart, unlimited range use, exclusive discounts, and 2 complimentary guest passes to share the experience. With pristine conditions, a scenic layout, and an award-winning reputation, Timber Creek and Sierra Pines is Sacramento's #1 rated golf destination. Stop waiting. Become a Premier Club member today at timbercreekgc.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
on Sacktown Sports.
Here's Ant with it up top. Sees 2. Bounce it calmly to Dante. Right side. Inside. Rudy's wide open. He'll rise and dunk it over Luka.
Well, Rudy Gobert, he was dominant last night.
He was great.
That's not the same Rudy Gobert that used to play in Utah, is it?
As a matter of fact.
Oh, it is? Oh.
It is. He was absolutely dominant last night, and they don't win without his performance. And it's interesting. I'm looking for the box score right now because I think he had 27 points. Yeah, 27 points, 24 rebounds, 2 blocks, 12 of 15, just absolutely killed it. And there was a moment during the NBA on TNT show, because they, of course, were covering it.
Mm-hmm.
It really, really, really bothered me. I know it was supposed to be funny. It was Shaq breaking down Rudy Gobert's game. I don't know if you saw this or not.
I did not see this.
So here it is. This is Shaq on the panel talking about Rudy at the half.
And I never thought I'd say this, but Shaq has video of Rudy Gobert.
And I never thought I would say these words that are about to come out of my mouth. But Rudy Gobert is dominating. Roll the tape.
Roll the tape is right.
Rudy Gobert is dominating. I'm happy for him. See, me and Chuck always say,
I mean, I guess. Yeah. I don't want to be that guy, but like if I have a criticism about what we all think I think is the greatest, if not one of the greatest sports studio shows ever, and I do love that show. And we play clips from them all the time. But also, like, sometimes it just feels like there's their own agendas. And really, Shaq more than anyone. Like, bro.
I would say that's 80% Shaq.
You're absolutely right. And I do think he's the weak part of that show. I've always thought he was the weak part of that show. Like, what are you doing? Like, why? The guy just had an amazing night. I know you're complimenting him in a funny way, but, bro, how about just, like, I guess it was the fake. If you didn't see it, it was his fake, like he was trying not to throw up.
Right.
Like, dude, you're there to celebrate the NBA, criticize when necessary. This guy just had an amazing night to lead the Timberwolves over the Lakers. You've killed him in the past, and by the way, many times rightfully so. You've killed him. I don't mind that, but when he does well, like, well, why is that making you throw up in your mouth? How about be happy and proud of him? How about what I've seen, like how he treats Joel Embiid? He's gone in on Joel to Joel's face during interviews, and just his whole thing was like, I know you can do better. I know you can be better. And Joel's like, thanks, OG. I appreciate that. And then when they interview him after a great night, he praises the hell out of him. How about you scold when it's necessary? I'm fine with that. And Shaq has earned that right. But then when he has a night like last night, like, bro,
yeah,
just be cool about it.
He's one of the biggest reasons why the T-Wolves won last night specifically.
Yes.
And in the series, when you look at it overall and you watch it, you go, honestly, I think the Lakers would have been better off this series specifically with Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Now, everybody's going to take Luka.
Yeah.
No problem with that. But back to styles make fights, right? And Lakers had a really good season. Luka and LeBron are great. They're good. They're a problem for a lot of people.
They are.
They got the wrong team they played. In that case, Minnesota did a great job with their length, with their defensive scheme, and Rudy Gobert proved to be a huge problem for them yesterday.
Huge problem.
And I think later we're going to do the Lakers post-mortem. It's a lot of it is they kind of need to replace Anthony Davis. You did it with a different player in Luka, but you haven't filled that void of what they're missing from AD.
And if you want to give them some grace, it's look, they didn't expect to get Luka.
Yeah.
And
you got to make that trade.
You got to make that trade. Now they have an off season to do things. What I found, and I think a lot of people found very, very interesting, was that where was Jackson Hayes?
Right. I mean, they do have another big, right? And they didn't, and you said to keep our eye on what they're putting on the TV. It says is Luka receiving the right amount of criticism. He allowed 9 blow-bys in Game 5, the most by any player in a playoff game this postseason.
He was a cone.
Which has been.
He was a cone.
I mean, honestly, look, we're not here to defend Nico Harrison, but those were some of the things they talked about.
But we've been consistent about that, Jason, that I don't have I have zero problem, and I think you and I are the same here. We have zero problem defending Nico Harrison trading Luka Doncic. His reasoning behind trading Luka Doncic, whether you agree with it or not, is logic-based. Right. The problem has always been
one team.
One team. It happened to be a Western Conference rival, a contender, somebody you're going to have to go through to get to the finals, and you didn't. It's like instead of you have a baseball card, instead of going on eBay, you only talk to Fred next door. Like get max. That has always been our problem.
Yep.
And his point about defense wins championships, and Luka brings a lot of baggage, and we don't trust his health and his fitness, and he ain't going to get any better defensively. That makes sense. I don't have a problem with that, bro.
Yeah,
you got street clothes and Doug Christie's cousin or whatever.
Shop the field.
Jackson Hayes wasn't, the media wasn't the only one wondering where Jackson Hayes was. Here's Jackson Hayes on it.
Very quickly in this series, JJ went away from you. How was that communicated to you? Did you understand the decision? And what was the feeling like to, especially tonight, not get a chance to help the team?
Yeah, they told me they were up straight with me, just saying just to stay ready, and they're going to try some other things out. So that's what coach's decision. So I respect that always.
I handled it well.
Yeah,
handled it well. LeBron James was asked about playing without a center.
Basically, from mid-January on, right when AD got injured, you guys started playing a lot of centerless basketball, and that required a lot from you and Doe and Rui, and then Vando once he got back. Just from a physical, taxing standpoint, how tough was that for the last 3.5 months to play that style, and do you feel like that caught up at all in this series?
No comment. I'll never say that because my guy AD said what he needed, and then he was gone the following week. So I got no comment. I put that uniform on every night. I gave everything I had, and that's all that matters.
No comment with a comment.
That's exactly right. I'm a LeBron James fan.
Yeah.
And, I respect the hell out of his game and what he's done. And, I look today and all these people are, of course, social media where you're going to find measured takes and they're just killing his career, killing him in general. It's like, okay, I don't know. I've never understood the crazy hate for him, but that's a garbage comment. It's a garbage comment.
Yeah.
Like first off, you nailed it. No comment as a comment. Secondly, really, so you're going to make a comment. They're going to ship you out. They're going to trade you, LeBron. Is that what you're worried about? No, your no comment is absolutely taken as, and you can say whatever you want about LeBron James. He is incredibly media savvy. He knows what he's doing. His no comment is a shot at the team. It's a shot at the front office.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is what, and I don't mind LeBron or any star making it clear that there are holes to be filled and wanting to win a championship. He gets paid the same whether they win a championship or not. He doesn't have to prove anything. I respect that he wants to win a championship and get better, but no comment. Here's my comment.
Yeah, it's interesting the parallels between the Lakers and the Kings in this sense that the Kings traded one of their most important players and left a void at the point guard position. At the end of the year, like, man, they need a point guard. And people were very openly saying that.
Yeah.
Lakers traded one of their most important pieces in the middle. Hey, man, we need a center. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a great player in return. Just the team is different.
The team is very different. And look, I hate to say this, but knowing the Lakers, knowing the league, they'll have made moves by next year.
Oh yeah.
They'll have done whatever by next year.
And sorry, it won't just be Alex Len.
Yeah, exactly. No, it'll be Domantas Sabonis. What?
And Giannis.
JJ Redick was asked to grade his rookie year as a coach.
I'll use my own thoughts to evaluate myself, and I'll use what my players say and what my coaching staff says to evaluate. But, I know I can be better, and I know I will get better. I don't necessarily take any satisfaction from how the year went. That's not to say I'm not proud of what the group was able to do and how we were able to figure things out on the fly and put ourselves in a position to have home court in the first round. But there's always ways to get better, and I can get a lot better.
He did a nice job, though, I think. I mean, he's gotten his share of criticism, specifically here in the postseason. What was it, 2 games ago, where they didn't sub anybody in the second half, and people took that as a coaching fault, not playing a center, maybe a coaching fault. It's going to happen. He's going to get criticism that way, right, wrong, indifferent. But I think J.J. Redick did a good job by and large. I mean, if I'm looking at him from afar and grading him, I think he was put in a little bit of a tricky situation. I know some people go, "Oh, you get Luka, you're going to thrive."
Right.
Well, it does. I mean, I don't even know why I'm trying to be fair to them, but in fairness, I think that isn't a ton of time of games together. They were good. I think they got a tough matchup. And that team was hungry and played well and capitalized on the matchup advantages that Minnesota had and earned the series win.
Maybe there's, when I say stuff like this, there's maybe an example I'm forgetting that's super obvious, but even going back to the Heatles, don't we usually see the first year any sort of major change like this is made, super team, whatever you want to call it, pairing? First year it doesn't work,
especially in season,
right?
Yeah,
and when I say doesn't work, I mean they don't win a championship.
Right. It's rare.
Yeah, I imagine. Don't cry for me, Argentina. I'm not worried about the Lakers at all, but I'm loving the fact that they're going home, and we're not going to do what everyone else is going to do. Obviously, we need to talk about the Lakers. We also need to talk about the Timberwolves.
Absolutely, what a series win!
6-3. Yeah. And Edwards really establishing himself as a true blue superstar, not that he needed to. Going to be an interesting second round either way as we start looking ahead to those matchups. So much, much more on this later on the program. We'll take a break. When we come back, safe or out, Giants, A's, and fights. I got a question about that. We'll get to it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Disturbed live. Oh, wow. Getting up, come on, get down with the 25th anniversary of the 5-time platinum album, The Sickness. 2 sets, 1 show, The Sickness in its entirety, and greatest hits with special guests, Daughtry, and nothing more. Friday, May 9th, Golden One Center. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Disturbed live.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Jose Leclerc, right-handed pitcher out with that right lat strain, is currently shut down from throwing. Will receive a second opinion with the doctor this week. Zach Geloff, out with that fractured right hand, is set to begin a rehab assignment with AAA Las Vegas this week as well. Goal is to get around 35 at-bats, and that will put him in line for a return in early May. This injury report was brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Have an injury? Call Downtown. Downtown LA Law Group, an injury law firm, has many happy clients in Sacramento and the surrounding areas who have called Downtown. Get paid for your injuries from slip and falls or auto accidents. One of their most recent settlements was $1.5 million for a motorcycle accident. Have you had an auto accident? Call Downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222 and visit them at calldowntown.com.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Sky River Casino, Hop Valley Brewing, and Naturewood Home Furnishings. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Memorial Day is the unofficial beginning of summer and a time to reflect on the blessings we enjoy living in this country. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At Naturewood's Memorial Day sale, you choose the offer. It's like 2 sales in one. Take 10% off regular prices or get 24 months of no-interest financing with payments on approved credit. Then you can choose from living rooms, sofas, sectionals, dining rooms, bedrooms, home offices, and so much more. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, you can shop and save big on the best selection of quality furniture, including Sacramento's largest selection of furniture made in the USA. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for that water wheel.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All righty. Much more in the NBA playoffs today. By the way, what a big show for you. Kelly Brothers at 7:28.
Good at business.
Sam Amick at 8 a.m.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
And JP Sears, pitcher for the A's, our weekly guest from them, live from Texas, joins us at 9:28.
They get an early game today. He's throwing a bullpen session before or right before we get him on.
Really?
So he's going to be coming out after
of
loosening
breath.
up the arm.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be 11:30 out there. It'll be bright-eyed, bushy-tailed.
Yeah.
Big win last night.
Played 12:30. Yeah, heard about the grand slam. Lawrence Butler.
Grand salami by Lawbutt. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, good for them to get a win out there. Unfortunately, not the same for the Giants, the subject of our Safer Out question 1.
All of a sudden, the Giants are in 3rd place. Anything stand out so far in the series?
Yeah, they're losing. They're playing the Padres at Petco Park. Padres are a good team, and in both games, they were in striking distance late. It's just they've scored a combined 7 runs in the series. San Diego scored 7 runs on Tuesday. They're close game. The Padres get out to a lead, and then the Giants kind of pick, and it's just not enough. I thought they got hosed on a hit by pitch call in the first game yesterday. Again, a couple of home runs. Whereas the Padres are putting together rallies. That being said, they're done with that, and they're off for 4 games at home to Colorado.
That's it.
And look, we're far, 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 far away from must wins and this and that, whatever. But if you don't take 3 or 4 from Colorado, at a minimum, there's a problem. This is such a horrifically bad team. As a matter of fact, with a win over the Braves yesterday, 2-1, they avoided the worst start by a baseball team since 1901.
Wow.
That's how bad they are. They had lost 8 in a row going into that, and then even that win before the 8-game losing streak, before that, they had lost 8 in a row. They've lost 16 of 17, or should I say 16 of 18.
They got their win.
That's what I'm saying. So let's lose another 8 in a row.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious if that's all they did all year. Lose 8 in a row, win 1. Lose 8 in a row, win 1. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what stands out to me. Look, first, it's the competition they played. They elevated playing the Padres. Played them close, could have won, but lost both. Now it's who they're playing. It's Colorado for 4 at home. This needs to be a great series for the Giants.
It really, really does.
So I was waiting for them to play the Dodgers or the Padres. 2 for the Padres, lost them both. Now let's see what they do with the Rockies.
Question 2, please.
The A's stand 2.5 games out of first, but just a half game out of the wild card. At what point does not having postseason games here become upsetting?
Yeah, we just talked about that earlier this week, and I still don't know if is it official. I was going to say, is that official? Right. I know we've talked about it, but let's change that or adjust it to okay. At what point do you think that becomes a bigger story that we need an answer to because it's imminent, and then B, reacting to the idea, if that's true, and it sounds like it very well could be, how are Athletic fans going to respond to not only not having Sacramento there on the as part of the name, but also, hey, here's your regular season, but the playoff stuff, we're going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the reporting on the team is Is it accurate? Is it true? The beginning, most expensive ticket in baseball. Maybe that was factual for a moment, or maybe it is. But then secondary market, you can get tickets. Or, they're sold out every game. You can't get tickets. No, you can. So, they're not going to play if they make the playoffs. They have said they're not. They have where are they playing? Is it confirmed? Do we know for sure? So I don't know. As the season goes along, this whole thing has been weird. We thought it would be weird. It has lived up to being weird, but we also very, very early. I remember when the first conversations about them coming to Sacramento was like, well, this team stinks.
Right.
They don't.
So
they've been better than people thought they would be. They've won more than they thought. They're not killing it, but I think they've got a really good lineup. If the pitching continues to do well or do its part, they could have a good season. I think the AL West is open for them.
I agree with you.
Okay, so Manfred's direct quote is, and let's see what you guys think about this.
And when is this?
This was March 27th.
Okay.
I don't think we'll play the World Series in Sacramento, Manfred said with a chuckle. I know for sure we're not gonna, but maybe around. We'll see. We haven't decided about that.
Seems crystal clear to me.
Okay.
Right.
But here's what we do know. I'm not saying this would almost actually be fun to see. So you're telling me that at the very least, what we do know at the best case scenario / worst case scenario is that, let's say they play all the playoff series here and then they leave for the World Series. It's such a joke, man. I almost want that to happen.
Yeah, I do too.
I almost because
just so it's so bad for baseball.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not rooting that against.
Yeah.
Hey,
just get a cruise ship. I don't know. Isn't that the answer to everything?
I mean, what if the Giants are playing postseason and they're like, we're not going to lend you our stadium, and then they have to go to Oakland?
That would be so great. That would be so great. They'd probably go to Angel Stadium.
Yeah, I was just going to say they're probably going to go to Southern California.
By the
Seattle,
way,
they're not going to have a postseason.
We never did talk about this, but Monday, some of you around Folsom, Placer County, might have seen a King-style beam in the air. Apparently, it was New Salt Laser International, the same people behind the King's beam, said they were conducting a test and demonstration using 4 laser space cannons from his mobile beam van called the Awe-mobile, A-W-E, Awe-mobile. They're a California-based laser light show business. They've been used at Coachella, atop the Ferry Building in San Francisco. What I find interesting is they're a California-based business, but they're not a Sacramento-based business. And the beam was green. The beam was green. Sounds like something you'd say publicly if you were trying to throw people off the scent of, did they commission a green beam for the A's? Which, that's the Kings thing. And I actually called
I hated that.
I called somebody there about a month ago because I had gotten a tip from somebody. They can pay to light up the ziggurat, the pyramid, that it can change colors. I was like, dude, light the Tower Bridge and light the pyramid green, which is...
I think we've decided that you can't do the Tower Bridge.
Oh, can they not?
No.
Why?
Because it's a sign that the drawbridge is up for boats.
Oh, well, whatever. So what? Look up.
When is a couple people die.
When
At
is
least
that
we'll know
bridge?
that the A's won.
Whatever.
When is it up?
Yeah. It's like a...
You haven't seen it up?
I have not.
No, I haven't either.
All the way up.
All the way up. Well, it is an old bridge.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It's in water.
It doesn't get up like it used to. What is a boat going to crash into the bridge? Okay, maybe. Safe around question 3.
Should baseball ban bullpens from rushing the field during a dust up?
I was thinking about this last night. You're Yankees and Orioles, right? So there's a little nothing dust up at second base last night. And then you see the Orioles bullpen just sprinting out, right? Usually, we've talked to pitchers before to say this. You kind of wait to see if it's a thing. And then it's like, all right, get up, scratch. Let's get out there. Here's my thing. Why not just throw an NBA thing on there? I understand dugouts, but why wouldn't baseball? I mean, honestly, what is the negative to baseball saying, hey, bullpens, if you leave the bullpen during a fight, you guys are all suspended for 2 games? That's a really easy way to stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, why don't they do that?
Yeah, or just why don't you fight amongst the bullpens?
That would be awesome. Yes. Like have a gate like that.
Open the gate.
As soon as something happens, first punch is thrown, the gate goes up. It's like two dogs barking across the fence. Gate goes up and it's on. Just tell them, just suspend them if they leave the bullpens.
Yeah.
They probably welcome the rule.
I mean, the difference with baseball compared to like basketball. So that play was at second base. Nothing ended up really happening. But if there was a fight, there's technically 9 Yankees on the field and the 1 Oriole.
Right.
So that's like, I got to go help my teammate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in basketball, it's usually or hockey. Everybody's all there together. It's the same amount of no advantage.
I mean, Will Clark took on the entire Cardinals infield, but
ready to do it.
We'll take a break. When we come back, the Lakers and Mavs won the same amount of postseason games. Has Nico Harrison been partially vindicated? That, and by the way, there was other NBA basketball last night in the playoffs. We'll talk about that next.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SacktownSports.com.
$574. Oh, I'll switch. So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate? That's a headache. Nope, it's painless. Oh, so it's easy money. Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now. When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Oh, I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
Hey there. I'm Phil Briggs, Navy veteran and host of CBS Ion Veterans weekly radio show and podcast. And I often think of my old boss in the Navy, Commander Reed, especially when I'm trying to motivate my kids. Now I know how he must have felt trying to motivate me. This Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union wants to celebrate those who go above and beyond for us every day. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/celebrate. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Save no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com. Sacramento, get ready. The Sacktown Sports Live events calendar is packed with epic shows you won't want to miss. Classic rock bands, America takes the stage at Hard Rock Live Sacramento on May 9th. Then hip-hop legend LL Cool J brings the beats to Thunder Valley on May 10th. The Outlaw Music Festival rolls into Toyota Amphitheater on May 18th. And Punk Pioneers The Dam hit Ace of Spades on May 31st. June heats up with JJ Gray and Mofro at Ace of Spades on June 10th. Plus, country superstars Lee Brice and Walker Hayes at Ironstone Amphitheater on June 21st. Then it's 3 days of country fun at the Country Summer Music Festival at Sonoma County Fairgrounds on June 27th through the 29th. Get your boots ready for the Folsom Pro Rodeo July 3rd through 5th. Then catch Cody Johnson at Golden One Center on July 18th and Parker McCollum at Ironstone Amphitheater on August 16th. Mark your calendars, grab your tickets, and don't miss out. Find all the details at sacktownsports.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco.
Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Ellie Brothers will join us at 7:28. He is
business.
The Lakers and Mavs won the same amount of postseason games. Jason Ross, obviously, Lakers. Now, Chris. We don't want to gloat. Of course, we wouldn't gloat. I mean, we didn't even make the playoffs, and the Lakers were the 3 seed.
Well, then I couldn't say anything at all about the NBA.
That's a good point.
If I had to rely on Kings postseason wins,
that is true. Does this series win, Jason? And I know there's a number of answers in here. Let's hear from Anthony Edwards first on the Wolves winning in 5.
You wanted everybody to be talking about the Lakers. You saw everybody picking the Lakers. How does it feel now to emerge from this series victorious the way that you guys had, the way you did, and to prove those kind of people wrong?
You know what makes it feel even better is that they said Lakers in 5 and the Wolves won in 5. So I think that makes it feel 10 times better. That's like my only answer.
Did you see the video of Anthony Edwards walking around Staples Center just talking all kinds of garbage to fans? It's hilarious. He certainly is a fun personality. And does this say more about the Lakers or the Wolves?
I would say the Wolves to me. I mean, I think I want to give them more credit. That I don't look at this. I mean, I don't know if you felt this way. I didn't look at it like the Lakers lost this series, like in the definition of that. Like the Wolves outplayed them and beat them. I mean, there wasn't luck or those 2 or 3 things, the big breaks that the T-Wolves got. T-Wolves are good matchup. It's one of those things. Every time these things kind of go by, it just, even if we try to parallel things back to the Kings, and I know the regular season is different than the postseason, but the Kings matched up fairly well this year with the T-Wolves. Beat them twice and lost 2 others that were very good games. Kings never beat the Lakers. Now, it was the earlier version of the Lakers with LeBron and AD. They never played them with Luka. But it is matchups, and I think this was a tougher matchup for the Lakers. Honestly, Dave, as crazy as it sounds, Lakers might have done better against OKC. Might have. I don't know. I don't know that they would have beaten them, but not having a big or not playing one in this series, I think, really hurt them. And then Gobert thriving yesterday, the length of McDaniels in the perimeter, what Randall was able to do consistently. Of course, Edwards was going to be good. What was the stretch yesterday, too? While the Lakers were trying to come back, and the T-Wolves had missed with something like 18 threes in a row. Well, then the biggest one they needed, Conley hits it, a veteran in the corner. So they just had all of the right answers. I think it's more about the T-Wolves, less about the Lakers, because I think this version of the Lakers had a short runway to do what they were trying to do. They'll have a longer one next year, but, we're always back to how much more time does LeBron have?
Right.
You definitely go forward with Luka, but, they got to figure out what they want to do next.
And when you look ahead at the brackets, the Timberwolves will play the winner of the Rockets and Warriors. Right. Thunder are awaiting the Nuggets-Clippers winner. Did the road for the Thunder get easier? Are the Wolves a better or worse matchup in your opinion? And by the way, the Wolves
that would still be another round away, right?
Yeah, yes. But just speaking of, because now the Lakers are gone, I went and looked. The Wolves are 2-2 against the Thunder this year, including winning their last game, and all the games were pretty. As a matter of fact, the Wolves had, weirdly enough, they actually had a plus point differential versus the Thunder this year. So in retrospect, you could argue the Wolves played the Thunder as well, if not better, than any other team in the NBA this year.
Yeah,
especially having played them 4 times. But do you think one or the other would be an easier / harder get through for the Thunder should they get past the Nuggets or Clippers?
Right. I still think the way it's constructed, I think that the Clippers might give them the most trouble. Now, the Clippers might lose tonight and be out.
Right.
I think in the West.
I don't disagree with you. I think styles make fights. And I think now I also don't want to discount, by the way, the physicality of the Rockets, the experience of the Warriors could also give the Thunder fits in a 7-game series for sure. But I agree with you.
And then the greatness of Jokic. Like if they win tonight, I mean, look, that's just one amazing player. That's a problem for everybody. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Thunder did what they did for a reason this year, and I still think they're the toughest one to get out of the West.
I want to acknowledge this because I believe in calling balls and strikes and being fair. Scott Foster was on the call. He has the reputation as the series extender. This was the Los Angeles Lakers at home in an elimination game with LeBron James and Luka Doncic versus a small market Minnesota team with really one superstar people care about. Like, Gobert's a star, but nobody cares about it. He doesn't have the pull that Ant or LeBron or Luka have. The NBA definitely would rather see the Lakers advance than the Wolves from a revenue point of view.
Sure, because it also could have been what everybody seemingly nationally wanted was Lakers-Warriors. If both,
that's exactly
that
right.
That would have been a round 2 matchup.
So the fact that Scott Foster was on the call, by the way, the Timberwolves were 24 of 33 from the line last night. The Lakers were 19 of 25. The Lakers shot 8 less free throws. They lost at home in a Scott Foster ref game, just for all the conspiracies and stuff, which I'm not saying aren't true. So I think you got to acknowledge the fact that nobody ever talks about when the conspiracy doesn't come true.
Right.
But if had the Lakers won and had, let's say the Lakers shot 35 free throws to the Timberwolves 20 or 25, we would have mentioned it today.
For sure.
We would have 100% mentioned it today.
Yeah. Do you have, I know you and Chris earlier were talking about, Windhorst.
Yes.
Talking about Redick. I was curious about that.
Yeah, here's Brian Windhorst talking about JJ Redick and perhaps disagreeing with his style of coaching.
And I don't mean this in a place. Secondly, and I don't mean this in a personal way, JJ Redick coached very immaturely in this series. He was still seething and upset about the previous games to the point where Reggie Miller said on the broadcast last night he had to try to calm him down in the pregame meeting because JJ was acting, frankly, childishly. He walked off and stormed off in the pregame session with reporters. Regardless of the question, it's not the way to start. And then not only did he double down on his, frankly, irrational decision not to substitute for an entire half in a playoff game, he doubled down on that. And then in this game, he played a guy who hadn't played in 3 months ahead of centers that he had on his roster. He played Maxi Kleber. He had never even practiced with the Lakers. Maxi Kleber's on the court with 5 minutes to go in like a 2-possession game. That is not a rational decision. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't even know if Mark Williams was on this team, whether JJ would have played him. And that's just not, I suspect in retrospect, JJ will realize he didn't put the Lakers in the best position to win.
Okay.
His reference was to this JJ Redick answer to a question day before yesterday.
Are you saying that because I'm inexperienced and that was an inexperienced decision that I made?
This is in response. They didn't. Let me see if I can find one.
That was the day of the game.
That was yesterday.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Here's the question and answer.
As you watch the film, what do you recall about your thought process in the moment? Sticking with the 5 you stuck with in the fourth quarter the other day, and is there an assistant or someone maybe that you'll lean on tonight, maybe to try to get some other guys involved if that opportunity presents itself?
Are you saying that because I'm inexperienced and that was an inexperienced decision that I made? You think I don't talk to my assistants about substitutions every single timeout?
No, I just think there's a lot of coaches lean on their assistants in those situations.
As do I,
There's a lot going
every
on.
single time. That's a weird assumption.
And he walked out
before the game.
Yeah, I agree. That was an immature. First off, you can tell by the tone of the reporter they're not trying to gotcha. It was,
Right.
and he had the reporter, I don't know who it was, had a perfectly understandable follow up. I don't know. I understand sometimes in gotcha moments, especially under the pressure and spotlight, snapping back a little bit. These people are human. JJ Redick's human. I think a more experienced coach, and I think JJ Redick maybe in next year, I would think would say, yeah, I actually lean on my assistants all the time for that. This is I make the final call, but we have these discussions all the time. Next question. But obviously there's he who protesteth too much. It sounds what it sounds like is that the reporter asked a question that exposed an insecurity JJ Redick has about himself.
Yeah.
That he worries about that perception, and that didn't do anything to help it.
Right.
And
he was questioned. I mean, it's fair. I mean, coaches get questioned. He knows that.
Yes.
As a former player and just not that long ago, and as a broadcaster, that happens.
Well, speaking of JJ Redick, we'll grade his first year as Lakers coach. Also, scale of 1 to 10, how funny is this? Talking about the Lakers getting eliminated. And I'll revamp the third question, 3 from Madness, since we just pretty much covered it, which is about the Thunder and their road to the finals. We'll do that right after Jason and a word from Overhead next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Well, I am here to tell you about my friends at the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. They have been so great to us and to many in our region for 70-plus years, serving Sacramento, 9 counties surrounding Sacramento. And for us, we were in a position of, look, we wanted to help our overall functionality of our garage door situation. We had old garage doors that we had to I put a lock. We had a combination lock on there. I had to open it, unlock it, lift the garage door up by hand to get in. And it worked. That's all fine. But now we have brand new, smooth, rolling, quiet, functional doors. They look great. Windows at the top. It was a look that we wanted when we went to the showroom and checked out for ourselves what we were looking for, 6756 Franklin Boulevard. We met the great people there. And then just from start to finish, the process was amazing. Never had anything done like this before. And thoroughly pleased. So functionality is ideal for us now. We can open it, obviously, via remote. There's a keypad on the side of the garage. We can punch in a code. I can open it through the app. The functionality is absolutely great, but the people are awesome. And then the other sidebars of this, curb appeal. House looks better in a return on investment. It's one of the most cost-effective upgrades to increase your home value. So all of that is why we dealt with the great people at the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. You can, too. Call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Kelly Brothers in 15 minutes.
Good at business.
Also, maybe it's a 4 for madness from the text line, our loyal listener, Justin. Guys, would you rather be a pair of underwear or a pair of socks?
Socks. What kind of underwear? What kind of socks?
Let's say boxer briefs and, good old-fashioned cotton white half socks.
Socks.
I got to say socks. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you're getting stepped on all day. You're probably getting thrown out earlier. Your shelf life is probably less than underwear, I would think. More wear and tear.
And if you're not, it was a bad day to be underwear.
I'd also that decision would also partially depend on do I get to see like a hype video on whose underwear and socks I'm going to be?
A hype video?
Will
that change your selection?
It might.
What if it's your own?
Socks. I'm going to have a long shelf life otherwise. There's a 50-50 shot I'm ended up in the bottom of a garbage can.
What if you're Bobby Jackson socks?
That's goodbye socks.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. 3 for madness. Question 1, please.
How did JJ Redick do his first year as Lakers coach?
You know what? I actually think he did pretty damn well. I thought when they hired him, okay, good luck. You're taking LeBron's podcast partner and you're putting him in the fishbowl that is the Lakers. That's a bust Palinka move if I ever saw one with a little bit of Rambus sprinkled in. Give credit to JJ Redick. They had the 3 seed. They had a major shakeup in the middle of the year. You had LeBron's not only getting older, but a little more brittle. You had the Bronny James circus to deal with. You had the general circus that happens with the Lakers. And then here comes the Lucas circus. Still got him to a 3 seed. It didn't end how they wanted, but if I'm being fair, for a guy who was playing the game 5 minutes ago, so not only is he a rookie coach, he's truly a rookie coach. Not an assistant, not a college coach, none of that. He's a rookie coach. And here's your first job. We're going to put you in the fishbowl of LA, maybe the biggest fishbowl in the NBA. We're going to hand you LeBron James, your buddy who you now have to coach. His son's joining the team. And then in the middle of the year, we're going to be, once again, the focus of the NBA with a massive trade, unlike any other trade in NBA history. And he's still, he ain't perfect. He's got a lot of room to grow. But if this is the worst JJ Redick we see, and he does grow, they've got themselves a really good one.
Yeah, I don't know why we would think differently of him than we would of a player that had a rookie year and go, okay, there was some pretty good stuff there, and they need to get better in year 2. So what I would say about JJ Redick, I think the first year you evaluate a player, it's like, okay, do they belong? Should they be in this league? Should they be getting minutes? Same for a coach. Do they have control of the sideline? Do they have control of the team? You can question timeouts, rotations, play calls, design, all that stuff. And all that's fair. But I got to believe he'll do better in year 2. But I think year 1 was good.
I think year 1 was good as well.
I lean on my assistants all the time. That's not fair. I lean on my assistants.
That sounded just like JJ.
I was playing the press conference from yesterday.
No, I know. It sounded just like him.
That's why, because I was playing the press conference.
Yes.
Question 2, please.
Question 2.
The Lakers were gifted both LeBron James and Luka Doncic, yet could only win 1 postseason game. How funny is that on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, it's like a 9.5. That's pretty funny. Like Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name. It's a funny hat. That's pretty funny. You got LeBron and Luka, and you can't get out of the first round, and you're the 3 seed. You got home court advantage. It's. I hate seeing Laker fans on Twitter generally, but man, I'm not gonna lie, I was going down some Laker fan rabbit holes last night.
Really, I didn't see many Laker fans online yesterday.
No, they were getting for example, find if you can, because it is funny, the video of Anthony Edwards walking around Staples Center talking garbage. The video is funny, only enhanced by the comment section underneath when Laker fans do find the need to participate. I'm not gonna lie, the Lakers are a better team than the Kings. They have a couple more championships than the Kings do. A lot of it is, some of it's envy, some of it's hate. They say, hey, quit hating. Oh, I'm hating. I'm hating on the Lakers. And it's fun to see.
Yeah, I what's interesting about this is the Lakers are in a situation here where are they going to go down the road of, let's see, KD, Kyrie, and James Harden? It's unfair. They're all on Brooklyn. I mean, how many championships are they going to win? Or even KD, Booker, and Beal. Like, oh my goodness. And look, the Durant Nets went pretty far.
Yes.
But never won it. And there've been other teams that have been put together. You're like, that's such a good roster. How is it not going to work? Again, they haven't had a lot of time yet together, but the first run at it, produced some regular season wins. But that's not what Luka wanted. That's not what LeBron wanted. That's not what Redick or the Lakers wanted. So, got to see what their offseason is, because I know they hope to be. I don't even know that what seed matters next year. Next year for the Lakers is all about playoff wins, as opposed to 1 through 8. They don't care where they are.
Be interesting to see next year if LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Giannis Antetokounmpo can coincide. They can cohabitate with each other. You know something stupid's going to happen. Durant's going there. Something's happening. Something stupid. I know. That'd be even funnier if they get bounced in the second round.
Luka will still be breathing hard in the playoffs.
See, it's funny because he's.
Wait, hold on. I do have to ask though, because Chris, you do tend to be quite empathetic and correct in the way you carry yourself. Where does your disagreement with fat shaming stop when it comes to Luka Doncic? Is he like the exception to the rule?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
You want to think about it?
No, that's fair. Question 3, please.
Question 3.
Who is a tougher matchup for the Timberwolves, the Warriors or Rockets?
I think the Warriors. Based on sheer experience and the fact that their team makeup is one in which I think they can play Rudy Gobert, maybe not off the floor, but expose some of the issues he's had in playoff basketball in the years past. I think Draymond Green, Rudy Gobert would be a fun matchup. I think Gobert could very well take Sengun out of his game a lot easier than he could take the Warriors out of their game, because the Warriors game is almost entirely perimeter and shooters and everyone running around versus Sengun's a post player. And I think the experience in itself against the Timberwolves, who are very not experienced in comparison, I'm not saying the Rockets can't be tough for them, but I think the Warriors would be a really tough matchup.
I think it's the Warriors too. Now, watching the Warriors and Rockets play, a lot of times the Rockets' best offense has been go in there, shoot it, and get the offensive rebound, because the Warriors aren't a great rebounding team. The Rockets are very aggressive.
Very good.
I just feel like Minnesota might be a little bit better on the glass there. That creates that a little bit more problematic. The the Rockets be able to put a couple guys like Thompson, I would think, on Ant Edwards. That would be good, but Warriors are a pretty good defense. I just like the Warriors balance a little bit better, and I think you hit the key point there, experience. I think that just makes them the tougher one.
I think if that does happen, and odds are it will, I mean, Warriors are up 3-2. If that does happen, I think probably the biggest question going into that game, if it's truly Timberwolves versus Warriors, do you think there's an opportunity for Rudy Gobert to choke in that series?
You say choke or get choke?
I mean, tomato, potato.
Yeah. Burger.
Oil.
How have you not, by the way, Chris, you're so good at this. How have you not grabbed that as a drop?
How often are we bringing up burgers?
We do it a lot more. I think that's just a random filler. You got that one. I want
tomato.
I want burger girl.
Potato.
Burger. Because half the people don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Oil.
Oil.
You're saying oil?
Oh, sorry.
Just the down 9.
She's trying to say Oriole. Hey, unscreened caller. Is this a bad decision? Good morning. Hello. Morning.
Good morning.
Is
It's
this-
a dog-eat-dog world, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
Norm, what's going on?
Wouldn't you guys like to be certain G-strings in certain people's drawers? There's a group of people in this world that, yeah, you and your buddies would hang out each day and go, I wonder who she's going to pick today. I just get to sit there.
If I was going to be a G-string, probably the only person in the world I would want to be a G-string for, if I'm being completely honest, would be Jeff Saturday when he played for the Colts. That seems like that would be fun. Yeah. What's going on, man?
Well, yeah. Well, who else wouldn't want to? Hey, so I got a question. I'm so mad the Kings lost the playing game now because they would have won. They would have had the same amount of wins in the playoffs as the Lakers.
Yeah,
good point.
Great point.
So,
wish I thought of it.
Yeah, that's a good point right there. Hey, that's a good point.
Great point.
Hey, I guarantee you, he breaks down next year. He loses it. Did you see the press conference where he's kind of like, we're a little uptight, and then he got really uptight because they said he doesn't talk to his assistant coaches?
Yes.
You see that?
Yeah.
And then he said LeBron was on steroids. I was cracking up. And then he said Luka eats cheeseburgers before the game. I can't believe all this information that hasn't been shared.
I know. It's totally not AI.
Can we move the wall to like Bakersfield? Bye-bye.
Kelly Brothers joins us next. Sacktown Sports.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, Athletics, and Republic FC with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SacktownSports.com to join.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Get it? With the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-837-5050. That's 800-837-5050. 800-837-5050.
Ralph Barbosa.
I just don't like going to church, man. I don't like the people there. Like, if those are the people that are going to be hanging out in heaven, I just go to hell.
Renee Vaca.
I'm Mexican, though, man. Stereotypical Mexican. When Donald Trump called us drug dealers, though, all right, he got his eye.
The Butterfly Effect Tour. Friday, May 23rd. The venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Ralph Barbosa and Renee Vaca.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, when the A's beat the Rangers in Arlington to kick off the most recent road trip, with J.P. Sears getting his 4th win, the A's improved to 15-14, the latest in a season they've been over 500 since 2021. Can they contend this year? Well, as we close the book on April, the American League West is the tightest division in baseball. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. It's how retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing must-visit shops. And it's how healthcare offices become data-managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business.
Joining us now on Sports Sense, certified financial planner Kelly Brothers. Kelly is an advisor with Cap Trust, one of the nation's largest registered investment advisors. Cap Trust counts among its clients numerous pro athletes and pro sports franchises, but most importantly serves many Northern Californians through comprehensive financial planning. Here's Kelly Brothers.
Joining us right now from his palatial estate, the one and the only Kelly Brothers. I will start the interview like this. Kelly, do you still have leftover sushi in your house?
I can neither confirm nor deny that I ate sashimi for breakfast Monday morning.
This
is good intel.
If you follow on Facebook, I actually don't think it was Kelly's fault. I think it was Taro, our friend Taro from Makuni, did one of his chefy things where he goes out, and it's just, I've been at these before a couple times. They're insane. There is so much food. It's so fun. And Kelly was entertaining a large group, and
was on the right side of that.
He was. Yeah. The pictures that they showed, all the fish and everything, just, oh my God. And honestly, and I would like to apologize publicly, Kelly. I couldn't make it. Thank you for asking, but I had the thing I had to do, so I appreciate it. But I'm glad you got to enjoy.
It was, and as you know, the food is incredible, and but Taro's story is even better.
Yes.
You hear Taro talk, and it makes you realize how much gratitude we all should have for where we are and what we do. And I mean, really, I just love his positivity. Has built an empire there, and we're just happy to be in the orbit, to be honest with you.
Even if he's a sellout. Go ahead, Dave.
That's fine.
I had to ask the sushi hard-hitting question.
Kelly, so Dave and I were talking earlier about the A's and their experience here. I mean, actually, the team's playing well. We're seeing, up and down crowds so far. And but what's the future? Not only necessarily here, but do you have a Vegas A's up there?
Well, yeah, and just I'm trying to keep my eye on this, and let's not lose sight of the fact, guys, we are 1 week away from Aaron Judge taking real at-bats along the Sacramento River. I mean, we never would have thought that would have happened.
No.
Right?
No.
So that's coming up next weekend. I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It is.
And so the Yankees, the dreaded Yankees, will be in town. And
Jason's
then
Yankees.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, yeah, no. And you got to go to, I went to a game at Yankee Stadium a few years ago. We took the subway. It was about 92 degrees. There were smells there that I will never smell again.
Very true.
No, about the A's. So just that the team says they are now scheduling. I haven't seen a date yet, but they said they are scheduling a groundbreaking for June. That is happening, but we haven't seen a date yet. They also have announced they are set to open their Las Vegas ballpark experience in the fall at a center very close to where the ballpark will be. This will be their little showcase where, for people who want to buy season tickets, they will go and see what it all looks like. So they say they're going to open that up in the fall as well.
The Las Vegas A's baseball. Is it somebody being literally lit on fire?
Yeah. Well, no. In the middle of the A's experience is Siegfried and Roy.
Yes,
and that will be No, it's not that.
So we were talking about this earlier, speaking of the A's, Kelly, with them being right at a little above 500, playoffs or at least a wild card. They're a half game out of the wild card right now. Postseason isn't out of reach, or it isn't silly to talk about. And Chris was reading us Rob Manfred's quote where he said the World Series, if the A's were in it, definitely wouldn't be played here, and maybe they'd get around. I imagine if the A's are in some sort of contention for the postseason as the season progresses, that's going to be a much more developing story, because before, when this was talked about, I was like, oh, the A's aren't going to make the postseason. If they do, the idea of having the regular season played here without Sacramento in the name, and then on top of that, they make the playoffs and they're playing either at Oracle Park or the old A's Stadium or Southern California probably, that's going to be the second. It's going to be like Three Stooges. It's going to be another slap in the face to Sacramento's Curly. Yeah, exactly.
No, it would be, and I'm sure I'm sure in league offices they're hoping the A's don't make the playoffs. But it would be awesome for us. Although the games I think I've gone to 3 games now. For the people who are there, it's a joy of baseball, less than the A's. I mean, I went to one game. There were way more Mets fans than there were A's fans in there. Yeah. And I have a feeling it'll be the same thing with the Yankees.
Oh yeah.
And so Absolutely, if they could get a sniff of the postseason and we get a few games, that would just be a cherry on top. Yeah.
Speaking of playoffs, the NBA is in full swing. Round 1 is getting closer to wrapping up. What's the latest on numbers there as far as viewers and taking this in, Kelly?
Very interesting in that their playoff numbers are good despite some incredibly lopsided blowouts, specifically Miami and Cleveland. But if you look at the overall numbers this year, their broadcast numbers are down about anywhere from 5 to 9%, depending on what metric you look at. Broadcast overall, their streaming numbers are up. And so, they are trying to figure out, hey, how do we get to some sort of a national streaming package here, which would obviously lend itself to more parity for the league as well. But if depending on how they split that revenue, but the future is streaming. There's no doubt, and obviously you can stream the over-the-air broadcast as well. But if you look at the numbers, the movement is even quicker than anyone thought it would be from regular old TV to streaming. It's happening.
Well, and one thing that's not talked about to me enough about streaming, two things actually. Number one, when we get to the point where the large majority are streamers, or eventually to where everybody's streaming and cable and satellite kind of fades away, there's a couple of things. It's going to be very interesting to see what Nielsen does when it comes to TV ratings, because now you have a completely different, as it is right now, they sample. They've always sampled. It's the same thing for radio, where I had a buddy who posted on Facebook. They literally send you a $10 bill and say, hey, we're gonna put this box on your near your TV. We're going to monitor you, and one person can represent, depending on the market, 100,000 people. With streaming, they will have the opportunity to not only be able to tell pretty much to the person what they're watching, how long they're watching it for, how often do they flip, how often do they fast forward through commercials or not, but also on an opt-in basis, which I imagine people would get compensated for either through money or some sort of discount. For example, you have YouTube TV, you pay $120 a month, but if you opt in, they'll drop it to $100 a month, and that is going to be subsidized by Nielsen. Kelly, it could completely change the name of the game when it comes to ratings, which, as you know, is what these billions of dollars in advertising are based on.
Right, and especially, I think you even posted something on it, Dave. I mean, how do you handle ratings if someone is watching a multi-view? If I've got an NBA playoff game on and the Giants game the A's game up, how are you counting that?
That's right.
Is it what audio I've got? So it's a whole new world. They still want eyeballs, and it's still exceptionally valuable because no one sits through commercials for anything except for live sports anymore. That's the only place they sit through commercials.
And you also have, so for example, again, I'm a YouTube TV guy, but other streamers will notice this. They now have ways, and they have for a minute, where you can, through your YouTube app, your TV app on your phone, let's say I'm watching the game on TV, I can now turn my phone into basically a secondary screen that would provide stats and background and different things on the game I'm watching. I 100% believe that that's a Trojan horse. What I believe they're doing is, and by the way, this is why the networks are going to be huge fans of streaming as well. They're laying the foundation, the groundwork, Kelly. Once people are continuously streaming and it gets big enough, that's where they're going to really start rolling out the partnerships with the gambling sites.
We're
going to be able to sit there and watch a baseball game and literally be able to interact and say, okay, is this guy, I can put $1 down to win $7 that Aaron Judge is going to hit a home run here, or I'll take a double play. I mean, just for a second, let's take a moment and imagine that you've got, little tiny winky-dink dollar bets going, and you're able to double play this inning. Okay, I'll hit that. That'll pay $12 on the dollar. Here's the team I want to win. But it's the individual tiny micro bets that I think are really going to be a huge part of the discourse over the next decade.
Oh yeah, it's the Robin Hood of betting, where you and that's, no, you're absolutely right. That is coming up. By the way, the other thing that Sacramento should do is come up with a team that would play the Savannah Bananas. That's the other thing we should do.
That's
81,000 people at their game last weekend. 81,000. And the guy who started it still owns the entire league. I mean, they're just blowing up.
It's the best story. It's the best story in sports promotion since Bill Veck. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, none have ever taken off the way that has. It's crazy how
81,000
is.
And by the way, it's about the sport.
Yeah,
that is probably dying more than the other two big sports.
It is. They ought to try to buy it. Major League Baseball should be buying it right now. But I don't think he'd sell. But hey, guys, could I throw in 30 seconds for an old friend, Jeff Spurbeck? Jeff was the Jeff was the agent and business partner of John Elway, and Jeff was the quarterback on my 7th and 8th grade team.
Oh my God!
We grew up together in East Sac, and I'm so sorry for his family, for his beloved mom, who's still alive here in Sacramento. And I mean, the Spurbeck name was football royalty when I was growing up. I mean, Marshall, incredible man who was a highly touted QB. Their dad was coach at CB, coach at Valley, ran the Hornet Stinger Foundation. Marshall did incredible things on the field, and coach Sac State as well. Jeff had a great career, over 100 NFL players, and sadly died after a tragic accident last weekend involving a golf cart down in the desert. I mean, their sister married Kenny O'Brien.
Wow.
His nephew, Thomas Spurbeck, one of the top 3 high school athletes I've ever seen play. He was MVP of the Orange Bowl for Boise State a few years back. So just a great family, and couldn't let the moment pass without just expressing how sad I was to hear about what happened to Jeff, and deepest condolences to his wife and family. So that was it.
It's well said, Kelly. Yeah. Honestly, that is tragic. It's just senseless. And yeah. Anyways, thank you.
All right, guys. Good to see you. See you next week.
You too, brother. See you next week. Take care. It's Kelly Brothers. No good way to segue out of that. Yeah, we saw that story earlier in the week, and Kelly obviously has a very personal connection to that as well. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, the Rockets beat the Warriors. They force a game 6 in San Francisco. We got the audio and post game for you next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something? Boat wins! Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing? Boat wins! Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing? Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat.
Yeah! With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
One. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPfest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Sky River Casino, Hop Valley Brewing, and Naturewood Home Furnishings. Find out more at CITPfest.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Oh, we're so happy. All of you are joining us today. A Thursday, Friday Fun and Games tomorrow. Also, I believe we will be taste testing the Taco Bell chicken nuggets, right?
Already have them ordered, and you will have your Mexican pizza.
Well, that's gonna be cold then. Jeez, why don't you wait till tomorrow?
Cold nugs.
I also have your 15 mild sauce packets.
Thank you for that.
Oh, and I got all the dips for the nuggets.
Did you?
Yeah.
Very good. Don't forget to text the Venmo. What was I going to say? Chris, I'm going to ask you a question. I just want a real honest yes or no answer because something hit me during the break. Do you have my tweets on alert?
No.
Okay. Because I responded to a tweet Chris sent me. And
I think I'd go insane if I had your tweets on
That's
alert.
why. And the thing is that he liked it. Like literally, I tweeted it and then boom, he liked the tweet. And I went,
if you reply.
Yeah, your reply comes right up.
Yeah.
It does?
Well, if you have it on there for notifications.
Oh, really? You can do a thing where if somebody replies to what you like something you post, it'll notify that they replied? Or is that for everybody who replies or specific people?
Like if you make a tweet and someone replies, I get a notification that someone replied.
That would. I didn't even know that was.
Especially in your line of work.
No, don't want any of that. Oh, come on, David. There was one other thing. Yeah. So, and this, by the way, this is just to be clear about the Nuggets thing. This isn't we have no relationship with Taco Bell. We'd love to have one, but we have they're welcome to advertise.
Love to have one.
Yeah. We have no relationship with them. So this will be we're just curious. What the hell is Taco Bell doing with chicken nuggets?
This is the second Taco Bell tasting on the station too in the last couple of weeks.
The first one.
Remember, Kyle never had Taco Bell before and he lost the bet.
God, they're getting a lot of run.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of run.
Come on, TV.
Right?
Wait, no, not that TV.
Yeah.
You want to try it so hard, don't you?
I hope, like I said, first off, a chicken nugget's a chicken nugget. Whatever. Like Wendy's has great chicken nuggets.
It's hard to ruin a chicken nugget.
It really is hard to ruin it. Even the Burger King's chicken fries, I enjoy those. But
Burger.
Now I'm going to come up with ways to actually talk about burgers.
Burger.
Here's the
I know
thing.
McDonald's was the first, but like those are interesting nuggets.
The McDonald's nuggets, they are like, I don't want to know what's in them, but they're fine.
Hopefully chicken.
Honestly, Wendy's has, if you get them fresh, Wendy's might have the best fat. They're really good.
That looks like it's chicken.
Yeah, it does. It very much does.
McDonald's, I'm not sure.
It's got chicken in it, I'm sure. I don't know. Okay. But here's my thing. If Taco Bell, I'm very curious, if they just do a straight up chicken nugget, okay, fine, fair play, do your thing. But if they do taco-y stuff in the breading and it's like a taco nugget, that's interesting. Now, like imagine like a chicken nugget, but the breading has like cumin and chili powder and like taco-y seasonings, and then you're dipping it in
nacho cheese sauce.
Yeah, like here we go.
Okay. The Taco Bell crispy chicken nuggets defy traditional nugget norms with a crunchy tortilla chip breading for maximum crisp and flavor in every bite.
I don't know if I like that.
We'll be the judge of that.
And also, but here's where they could. Here's where they really could, because I think they have a partnership with it. Nacho Doritos crusted chicken nugget
or Cool Ranch
nuggets. Let's go. This episode of Fat brought to you by Exercise. Do it.
He's a big boy.
The Rockets and the Warriors played last night. Jason guaranteed a Warrior victory.
Guaranteed
it. That didn't work out necessarily, but my goodness, Amen Thompson was all over the place.
Şengün one-on-one against Post. Shot clock at 9. On the baseline to the dunker spot, and there's a jam for Amen Thompson. 10 straight for the Rockets. Timeout Golden State. The lead has grown to 22.
Okay, how about some defense from Amen Thompson?
Curry across midcourt, met there by Amen Thompson. Another steal for Amen. Are you kidding me? Down the middle lane. And a jam with the right hand, and he's fouled from behind. A silly foul on Jimmy Butler. And an opportunity for a three-point play.
You're usually good at this. Do you know who the voice is?
Matt Thomas.
He's really good.
Yeah.
He's really
got a
really
great
good.
Voice.
He absolutely, and his cadence and everything. You know, we like to, by we, I mean, I like to comment on announcers or not. In this case, they got a really good one here. Here's late in the game, Jeff Green. He's still
baseline left. Jeff Green's going to try a three-pointer and hit it. There you go, Jeff, with a baseline three to make it 130 to 113.
Final call in Houston.
Inside Toter Center, it is a Rockets playoff win, and these two teams are headed back to San Francisco. Final score: Houston 131, Golden State 116.
Actually got a little interesting late. The Rockets, I think, had a 31-point lead at one point, and then the Warriors just turned it on with their bench. And it's always a strange situation because, you know, Steph Curry had his ankle brace off. Everyone's playing, you know, cribbage on the sideline or whatever the hell, getting ready to get on the plane, fly. They did everything but actually get on the plane. And then all of a sudden you look up and they've cut it to 20. They've cut it to 17. They've cut it to 14. Ended up outscoring the Rockets just 36-24. But I want to say they started on like a 14-2 run or something silly like that. And Steve Kerr sitting there going, God, number one, do I get the vets off the bench here? But also number two, the vets didn't do anything.
Right.
It's always interesting.
They got work.
Right. They got work. So do you take, if your bench is getting them back in the game, I always wondered that with Coach. I'll ask Doug that sometime next time he's on. Do you want to put back in your better team on paper, or do you go, styles make fights?
Yeah, this is the group that got us back here. Yeah.
So look, the Warriors have a history of sometimes doing this where they've got a game in hand. And they just kind of, you know, whatever. I don't think. Well, let me ask you, Jason. Do you think a game like last night, like, did the Rockets find something? Did they figure something out? Does this bode differently for the game in Golden State? Or do you think it's a turn the page for the Warriors and one game will have no effect on the other.
It's probably more of that. I mean, they've played enough games now from the regular season to this, but it's just one of those things where if, the Warriors' now best chance doesn't mean they can't win a game 7 in Houston, but it's to do it in the next game at home. It did seem like when it got out of hand early that veteran group that has won many games before kind of thought, yeah, we do have that game in hand. Like, we don't have to win tonight.
Sure.
And when you're not all out every minute of every possession of every postseason game, it can show up. And I thought that's what happened to the Warriors.
History may not tell the story here, but just as we go to break, in Game 5 in 2022, Warriors-Memphis, the Warriors had a 3-1 lead versus the lower seed Memphis Grizzlies. It was 38-28 after the first, Memphis. It ended up being 134-95 Grizzlies, and Kerr cleared the bench early. The Warriors clinched the series in Game 6 back at Chase Center. So we'll see if history repeats itself. We'll take a break. When we return, hey, we haven't talked to him since Doug Christie was made the new head coach or continuing head coach of the Sacramento Kings. We'll talk to Sam Amick of The Athletic about that, the process, what's coming up, and so much more, along with NBA playoff stuff. Don't go away. It's one of the best segments of the week. You don't want to miss it next.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com.
Day this year, knock mom's fuzzy socks off with a digital photo frame by Aura that you have thoughtfully preloaded with lots of photos of you two. Name the best digital photo frame by Wirecutter. Aura frames come with unlimited storage, so you can share as many photos as you want right from your phone to mom's Aura frame. This is a no-brainer. It is so unique. It is so original. You cannot lose. Not only will she be grateful that it's not another sweater, she'll also love that an Aura frame means she gets to see more of you. And that's really all she wants, to feel close to you and know that you're thinking of her just as often as she thinks of you. Aura has a great deal for Mother's Day, too. For a limited time, listeners can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off plus free shipping on their best-selling Carver matte frame. That's auraframes.com, promo code ROAM. Support the station by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions do apply.
Disturbed live. Oh, get up, come on, get down with the 25th anniversary of the 5-time platinum album, The Sickness. 2 sets, 1 show, The Sickness in its entirety, and greatest hits with special guests, Daughtry and Nothing More. Friday, May 9th, Golden One Center. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Disturbed live.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Play and win to take your loyalty to new heights at Sky River Casino. Join Sky River Rewards today for a chance to receive up to $2,500 in free play. Plus, you'll be in the know about upcoming special events and offers. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit us to see how. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Give me some shake and bake and rice aroni, Jason.
Yeah. Good call.
Had rice aroni last night.
It's the San Francisco treat.
It really, it's really a treat for everybody.
Yeah.
Which really saved the meal. My wife.
Chicken flavored or?
Yeah, it was chicken flavored. She made some, I don't know, Asian flavored. I don't know what Asian flavored is, but some marinade, like saucy shrimp, and then like a salad with little oranges in it.
Oh, I like mandarin oranges in the salad.
That's fine. Yeah. Kind of a miss. I'm on dinner tonight.
Oh, what are you doing?
It's a great question. I'm excited because she's been cooking all week. I don't know. I got the next 2 hours.
I
to
think you
figure it
try
out.
something you haven't tried before.
How, really?
Yeah.
That's stressful. I mean,
what have you not made that you'd like to make?
That's the thing. I
pretty much everything.
I did see, or we're waiting on Sam, right? Oh, he is in StreamYard? Oh, there he is. All right, you want to add him in or do whatever we got? I did see this one thing where you put you take like a nonstick pan and you put cheese, like sprinkled cheese on the bottom, like grated cheese
on the bottom of the pan.
On the bottom of the pan, and then you pour like beaten eggs on top, so it's like an upside down omelet, and then you put a tortilla on top of that.
Okay.
And then you flip it, and then you roll it into a burrito. But that's breakfast. Hey, tell that dog to shut up. We're trying to do a show.
Wow.
Gosh.
Hi, Sam.
We're sitting here having a serious conversation, Sam, about sports.
Is it bad that I immediately looked at the hall? I'm like, oh my God, there's a dog in there.
Sam has left.
Sam left.
Sam left his chair. Sam left his chair to go take care of Foodles or whatever.
Foodles.
I forget what his dog's name is.
Athletic.
Athletic the dog. Joining us right now from the Athletic, the one, the only Sam Amick. Good morning, Sam. Okay, I can't hear him. I could hear the dog. Did he mute the dog?
No, I had muted because of the dog. I got you. Sorry. What's up, guys?
How are you?
Lovely. How are you?
I always enjoy. The funny thing is every time, here's the thing. Every time we interview Sam, it goes on YouTube and it does phenomenal numbers, in part because it also gets aggregated by other basketball people that aggregate it. So what is always hilarious to me is that they always start the interview at the beginning. They don't cut it to when we start talking. So everyone around the country that is watching this aggregated interview is going to be hearing about cheese omelets, Sam's dog, and then finally we'll get to the meat and potatoes, Sam, which is Doug Christie as the continuing coach of the Sacramento Kings. I'll say it again. I said it before. My issues have absolutely nothing to do with Doug. I love him. I wish him well. I hope he does phenomenal, and I could make a great argument that he earned the opportunity. But Sam, my worry is how much of a process, if any, was there. Were there any interviews? Was Scott Perry just taking phone calls? What do you know, if anything, on the process leading into the rehiring, I guess, of Doug Christie?
To be honest, not a ton.
All right. Well, thank you. And we'll talk to you next. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I think it's, and I'm not going to fill the void with too much speculation, but I do, I don't mind admitting that I was a little struck by just the rollout and the lack of insight about why the choice was made. It does. I mean, yes, like until further notice, it feels very much like this was, unofficially.
Preordained.
What's that? Yeah. I mean, because it would have been one thing if it was like, here's Doug on, we're gonna pick up the option on his deal, like we talked about last week, and kind of show that he can really do the job, and it was like something where the organization got who they wanted, but he was gonna have to show the new GM that he had the chops. This is where it seemed like it was going all along, where it's a multi-year deal. I don't have all the details, but I think it's a fairly lengthy deal. And
2 years in a team option. I'm sorry. We were guessing 2 years in a team option.
I don't know. I don't want to I don't want to get angry because I don't know what's accurate. I've had people say it might even be longer. So, with, the money being certainly on the lower end of the league scale, if not the lowest, but, I don't know. I think the thing that did strike me is like there hasn't been any messaging even behind the scenes about here's what we were thinking. There's actually been a fair amount of just like nothing to see here. Yep, he's the coach. So that vibe definitely got my attention.
Sam, obviously, I think what will be important for Doug going forward is who is a part of his coaching staff. So when he takes over, you just kind of jump in and you coach. He just had to go. Like there was no runway for him. Any word or thought where he might lean or the organization may want him to lean as far as some of his assistants going forward?
No, I certainly just in terms of NBA, business and anytime you have a head coach without a ton of experience,
And the
horn. What was that?
That was Chris messing around and accidentally hitting the wrong button. It's okay.
Got you.
Yeah.
I could see them certainly trying to. I mean, he needs some of his people in there in terms of, coaches who he trusts, because there's a chicken or the egg component to the last coaching staff, and we've talked about it. Like, Doug was within his right to wonder how. Kind of committed some of the assistants were because they were Mike Brown guys. But honestly, those guys, from the sense I got, they were, like he was a little even overly paranoid about that component, and they were really willing to help. And he kept assistants at an arm's length. So the chicken or the egg thing is, is that just his nature, or is it a product of the environment and the situation last year? So now the question becomes, what does it look like and what does he look like as a head coach if you get people who he trusts around him, but you've got to get, experience in there, and you've got to get voices where you have multiple perspectives all the time that are actually being taken into account, which, he was pretty siloed off for a lot of his head coaching tenure last year. So for sure, I think that's the next evolution here.
We're talking the same Amick of The Athletic. I've been having something go through my brain all day, and I'm not trying to convince you or make a point. I'm very naive about this stuff. So I just want to run it by you. And again, I keep doing this, but I got to forget that I love Doug and I'm happy he's the coach and all that personally. I'd be asking this if it was if it was Fred Christie in the same spot. So it's a multi-year deal. They held on to Doug. And I find myself wondering, well, hold on, just from a negotiation standpoint, why a multi-year deal? Why not because there was a thought, I'd heard whispers, I think you may have heard the same, that there might be a who knows, maybe a prove it deal. They just keep going through the next year. And no, all respect to Doug, but what leverage is there? What if they were to say to him, hey, we're just going to, give you a little bit more money, but keep you on this year to see see how it goes. We're already going to be on the hook with Mike Brown for another 2+ years. What is Doug's agent going to say? No, because, and again, all respect to Doug, I'm not entirely sure there's an NBA head coaching job at this point in his career for any of the other 29 teams. So What do you think the motivation was behind the Kings giving him such a long-term contract?
I love you, Dave. You ask these questions, you know the answer already. Like it's because it's the Kings and he's a beloved King. It doesn't matter. You're part of the VIP club. I mean, that's it. And it's a disservice to Doug in some respects because, he deserves a chance to show that he can coach and that's, again, he's benefiting from it. But it's because in the absence of direction and in terms of the franchise and positivity, and this is just my own commentary. Yes, there's a strong element of, let's just keep going with this direction because we can make people feel warm and fuzzy with one of the former Kings running the way. It's a similar running the show. It's, similar dynamic that when Vlade was the GM. I mean, Vlade had absolutely no shot at being a front office executive, at least a lead one, anywhere else in the NBA. I mean, if you're consistently hiring people who aren't considered employable elsewhere in the same position, that's probably worth looking at.
Do you think, we always kind of do the caveat, Sam, that it's one of 30 jobs, right? But Scott Perry being brought in is kind of thought of as a well-respected and has earned that over his career. Do you think other coaches even felt like they had a chance if they were interested? I'm just going to throw out Taylor Jenkins. And I don't know, anybody else that might be looking for another head coaching job, do you think they thought they even had a realistic chance?
I mean, the coaching agents who typically have those conversations and who represent those people did not ever actually think this job was open. So that's kind of all you got to know.
So again, Pete was a rookie GM. Vlade was a rookie GM. Monty was a rookie GM. Vlade was a blast from the past. Doug, by definition, is a Sacramento legend. And I guess you could technically call Scott Perry a retread for the team. Technically, I mean, he was here. And again, when we talk about motivations for hiring a GM and motivations for hiring a coach, I'm not trying to disrespect Doug's ability or Scott Perry's ability, but it does seem like Vivek and the franchise are continuing down this road of the devils,
Yeah, and that's where, Scott's in a tricky spot because, on his own merit, he's had a fantastic career outside of Sacramento. But yes, there is there was a unique angle to the job that he obviously had because of that short tenure before and the relationship with Vivek that had remained since then. So, I mean, we talked about it last week. Like that's been the question, is how is he going to thread the needle of having gotten the job, partly or largely because of that history, while doing the job in the most legitimate way possible, and with, following his own instincts and his own desires and making his own decisions rather than just placating to an unhealthy degree with what the owner wants to do.
And it did seem, and granted, I know, Sam, that the players, when they're on their exit meetings, are, and they're in front of the media, they're not going to say anything about their current, even though he was interim at the time. But it did seem overwhelmingly positive from the current players on a roster that, by a lot of accounts, underachieved from what the organization wanted to do. Did you get that feeling, though, just genuinely, that the players were believers in Doug Christie?
Some. Not all, for sure. I mean, I think Zach LaVine has made some public comments. I actually talked to Zach after the play-in loss and just didn't end up using the interview, but it was an on-the-record conversation. And, and he had said very positive things about Doug. I mean, this stuff kind of ebbs and flows, right? So I don't know exactly where it landed with every guy, but I mean, throughout the course of the back end of the season, there was this kind of hilarious story arc where you had the players being, a big reason they were down on Mike Brown was too many practices, too intense, never taking a breath. and like too much, right? And so that was the idea with Mike. And then with Doug, in the early days, it was a breath of fresh air because he was more of a player's coach and wasn't pushing as hard. But then by the end of the season, it was, we don't practice enough. Like, it was just, it had gone full circle in some player circles, if that makes sense. And I mean, the guy that I'm curious about, we've talked about him a lot too, is Sabonis.
Yep.
Because like, it's not that it's personal, it's just basketball, but yes, I know for a fact that he spent a fair amount of the second half of the season, whether it was on Doug or just the roster or whatever it is, like he did not enjoy the style of offense they were playing. And, and I think at least part of that blame or kind of responsibility in his mind was on the coach. So no, it wasn't, I don't think it was roses across the board when it comes to the player feedback.
And I want to be clear, look, Doug was basically hired in an airplane runway before the Lakers trip. Had to deal with that, had to deal with Fox and that messy exit, had to insert Zach LaVine and Jonas Valanciunas, Kevin Huerter leaving, Jake LaRavia, on and on and on. Had to deal with a ton of stuff. And now he has the opportunity to have whatever this roster is going to look like, his own training camp, a year to figure out how to play with these players and really get a fair shot where we get to see what he can do and by proxy what the roster can do. So I want to be clear and Sam, you can push back if you wish, if there is anything to push back on. This isn't about, doubting Doug or doubting Scott Perry or whatever. It's just simply worrying about the process, the continual process that the Kings have used in the past that they seem to keep using to make decisions which have led to abject failure over the last 12 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. I mean, I don't know. I know this is self-serving. I'm sitting here thinking, like, and focus on Doug for a second. Like, you've kind of alluded to your relationship with him. He and I have always gotten along, and I'd be lying if I didn't admit that during this time, while I'm, fairly routinely giving my 2 cents on his position, if I wasn't mildly uncomfortable with it, because I do like him a lot. And, but our job is to kind of just give our perspective on how things are being run. What puzzles me is they just don't ever take any of this conversation head on. You know what I mean? Like Doug should be on your guys' show, like having a real talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of being at the podium getting chippy with reporters late in the season, when anybody dares to kind of question a move that was made, like there were like that type of stuff I don't understand. Obviously, you've been vocal about Vivek's choice to not, do interviews. I had someone text me the other day. They were trying to dig up to see if it was accurate, like the last time Vivek did like a lengthy basketball related on record interview. And it literally might've been when I spoke to him for USA Today, like a decade ago.
Wow.
So, that and Monty McNair wasn't, he would do interviews, but he's not part of that conversation. So I don't know. That part, I don't understand why they don't at least try to handle this conversation.
It is just to close the door on that, move on to other playoffs, Jason. But look, it is interesting. Have we heard a press conference schedule for Doug at all? An
Not that I know.
Nothing. I mean,
I know it's happening, but no, not yet.
This is a little different. I admit it's a little bit different than, if De'Aaron Fox got traded, but we're seeing this, I don't know, habit, if you will, of generally it's you make the announcement, the next day you get the email for the press conference, you have the press conference, you move on. And I'm not saying they're averse to a press conference. A lot of people were wondering why we wanted one. Well, the reason is if you saw, and now in retrospect, it's a little fun. Not fun's the wrong word, to look at the Monty press conference, who looked like, he was a hostage holding up a newspaper. And you look at it. I went back and watched it about
painful.
3 days ago. And in the light of what's gone down, you can clearly see you've never seen Monty look like that before. You've never seen him respond like that before. I would pay dollars to know what was going through his head, but clearly there was a disconnect. I just don't know what the PR strategy here is, Sam.
Well, I mean, in fairness to the PR department,
and I'm not ripping. I'm sorry, Sam. PR department. Yeah,
I'll help
gotcha.
you clean that up.
Thank you.
Like every PR department, to a large extent, is at the behest of the people they work with.
Yes.
So one thing, and I cracked on Vivek for not doing a press conference after the Mike Brown firing, and still think that would have been. I mean, he's the one who did it, so logically, I'd like to hear from him. But
right,
Monty was the one who didn't want to do a press conference again because he wasn't behind the move.
Right.
But, there are I have since talked to other people around the NBA, experienced front office executives who say that was the wrong move. Like you just got to do the press conference, even if your owner made the move. So that's a fascinating discussion, on the side. As in terms of, the PR stuff, look at Scott Perry's press conference. Scott is a willing participant who knows that being as transparent as possible is the way to go. And that's how he chose to handle his first press conference. I mean, I texted people. I wasn't there. I was in LA at the time. And I was texting reporters joking about how I'd gone from criticizing the Kings for not having press conferences to watching the Scott Perry one going, my God, is this thing ever going to end? It was so long.
Right.
It was good. It was really good, but he was up there for all the questions, so that, like Doug not talking so far, that could change.
Yeah.
Or doing this type of media. I'm going to assume that he's playing a big part in the way that he's handling his own voice. So kind of both sides of the coin there, I guess.
Thank you for saying that, because I want to.
Yeah,
the Kings PR department's fantastic.
Absolutely.
They really are.
Yeah.
I meant when I say PR. Thank you for cleaning it up, because truly they've always been nothing but kind to us, and they work their tails off. Go ahead, Jason.
Sam, do want to get a couple playoff thoughts last night. The congrats to the T-Wolves. I mean, I think that's probably the headline, but I know a lot of people. The story is the Lakers getting eliminated.
This is terrible radio. I'm gonna hit the rewind button and close the loop completely on the last thing.
Yeah,
Dave, the owner has got to empower everybody.
Yeah,
including PR.
That's exactly right.
That's where it goes back to the owner. It's like every team in the league gets tired of media people raving about the Warriors because they're very good at PR. And like any PR person listening in the NBA, I just made their stomach turn because they get tired of hearing about the Warriors' exceptionalism with PR. But the massive factor is that Joe Lacob allows Ray Ritter and his staff to do their job, and to say, no, you know what? Pick it, Mike Dunleavy. You don't want to do a press conference. That's the wrong move. We're doing a press conference. But that starts at the top.
There are very few jobs in sports worse than being a front-facing or a PR person that is forced to go out and sell an idea that they either don't support or they know is wrong. You can only say so many times, this is a bad idea, this is a bad idea. If the owner overrules it, or whomever above you overrules it, you got to go out and look people in the eye. And what you can't do is say, yeah, I disagree with this, but it's their call. So
you got to wear it.
Thank you, Sam. Sorry, Jason.
Yeah, no worries. Just that on the Lakers, I guess, getting eliminated. Your thoughts on that? JJ Redick and LeBron, just the whole crew. Obviously, they had bigger goals and dreams, and still may get there next year. But the way it ended for them last night,
yeah, not good. The computer screen to my left here has a bunch of words that will eventually be up on the Athletic website about the Lakers' demise. We're currently crafting our it's obit season, if you will, and the Lakers one is the latest. A pretty terrible ending for them, and a lot of layers to it. JJ Redick had a fantastic first season as a head coach, still got rave reviews at the end from LeBron James and Luka Doncic, but is square in the spotlight today because of his part in the finish. You know, his I don't know if you call it bold or you know, I mean, some are just going to say dumb or risky move to play the same 5 guys for the entire second half in game 4. A move that, you know, when you turn the TV on and former players, former coaches are all saying, oh no, that was a terrible mistake. You know, that gets your attention. So a lot of heat on JJ. And you talk about people getting chippy in press conferences. The optics of his pregame press conference yesterday were pretty bad when he got asked about it and got upset. So you have the JJ stuff. You have Luka. You know, there's a lot. I don't know what direction you guys feel like going, but there's, you know, it'll be an interesting summer. LeBron's got to figure out what he wants to do. A, how long do you want to play? B, do you just pick up the option on your contract for next season, run it back and retire next summer? Or if he wants a new contract, I'll be reporting this, that like that's going to have to be a conversation with the Lakers. They want to make sure he's happy, make sure that he really wants to be there. And like always, there's a little bit of a never say never component. Like, you know, does he think about jumping somewhere else to head off into the sunset retirement wise? Luka also has contract stuff. He's extension eligible, and everybody has assumed he's going to sign it, but the Lakers are not going to stop losing sleep until he does, because, you know, while they got rave reviews for getting him in the trade, the one thing everybody always kind of glossed over, it was like it didn't come with any assurances that Luka was going to be there long term. People assume he will because it's the Lakers, but I know I'm too long of an answer, but you know, their Dwight Howard cautionary tale back in 2013 is always something that they remember, and they certainly would like to avoid that with Luka. So we'll see what happens here.
Well, stay tuned. Coming up next week, we will spend both segments on what this means for LeBron James's legacy with our good friend, Sam Amick. Good stuff, Sam, as always. I look forward to people yelling at us in the YouTube comments, and have yourself a wonderful weekend. And we'll talk to you next week. Oh, by the way, sorry. Hey, you can go into settings. I believe that's Slack, and you can turn off audio notifications for when people message you.
Sorry.
Have a good rest of your day, and say hello to the dog.
I want to turn off dog barking.
Right. Take care, brother. That's Sam Amick of The Athletic. We are way late for a break. When we return, and don't forget, we got Monterey Sports Car Championship tickets to give away at Laguna Seca, May 9th through 11th. Sunday. Also Friday, Saturday as well. Last night in the NBA and what we have to look forward to tonight. We'll get to all that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9861. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9861. That's 800-575-9861. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Rock the Bells presents LL Cool J. Live in concert. LL Cool J. Saturday May 10th, the venue at Thunder Valley with DJ C-Trip. LL Cool J. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss LL Cool J live.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the biggest selection, the best prices, and unbeatable customer service. Check them out online, sacksuperstore.com, for the guaranteed lowest price on Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Open until 10 o'clock and right across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course. sacksuperstore.com.
River Cats baseball is back, and the Cats Pass is your ticket to every home game of the 2025 season. With unbeatable value, guest add-ons, and more, secure your season-long Cats Pass with the Sacramento River Cats at rivercats.com.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Sky River Casino, Hop Valley Brewing, and Naturewood Home Furnishings. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Typically, a high handicapper carries an index of 20 or more. Golf Monthly's Barry Plummer offers 4 tips if you're tired of that high handicap. First, choose the right equipment. Invest in a 5-wood, which is more forgiving than a 3-wood or 3 hybrid. It's a much better option for getting the ball in the air. Second, play for bogey on par 5s. Break the longer holes into manageable chunks, perhaps aiming to hit the green with 4 easy swings while also navigating away from the trouble along the way. 3, leave the sand wedge in the bag for chipping. Up and down percentages are almost twice as good when chipping a 9-iron over a sand wedge, and 3.5 times better with the putter. And finally, stop leaving your putts short. A 20 handicapper leaves 55% of their missed putts short of the hole. Give yourself a chance with every attempt and don't leave another putt short. Try these simple tips and let's see whether your handicap starts to come down. And have some fun out there. That'll help too. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Welcome back. Thank you to Sam. I'll give the same comment that I generally give after Sam interviews, that, look, man, everybody can fan how they want to fan. Everybody can think how they want to think. We offer information and we offer opinions, and that's just all it is. And you don't think like me, and I don't think like you, and we don't think like Chris, and we don't think – I speaking only for myself, I'll say it. I've said it a billion times. I don't believe in negative thinking. I don't believe in positive thinking. I don't believe in optimism, and I don't believe in pessimism. I believe in what's there. And
definitely don't believe in optimism.
Do not. Oh, I thought you were. That's not like the.
We were Superman.
Yeah. I'm at a point with this franchise where I don't trust their decision-making processes, because they've been abject failures at it for all but a few bits of 12 years and really before that. And some of the problems, I try not to mix up previous failures with current failures, but I think the process is broken. I would love to be proven wrong, but until that happens, I wish everybody the best, and we'll support them and cheer for them and watch every second and every minute of every game. But I got my arms crossed, and I'm very, very suspicious. And I think I wouldn't be able to look in the mirror if I didn't express those views that we need to wait and see. Now, if somebody else is saying, which I hear, like, hey guys, past is in the past. I had some guy say to me last night, you can't, dwelling in the past does you no good. And I just couldn't disagree with that more, because the past generally will predict the future. It can change, but as I've used the analogy before, if I walk in the door every day and I get kicked in the nuts, I'm going to flinch every time I walk in the door after a while. So I think you do have to look at the past. I think you do have to hold the franchise accountable. I think you need to be respectful. You need to be honest, but I think you have to hold them accountable. I think you have to question things. That's not being negative.
Right.
That's questioning. And would love nothing more than for next year for Doug to be coach of the year, Scott Perry to be GM of the year, this team be a 3 seed again. Please happen.
Yeah, because even when there's been times where there has been a little bit of success, where more people around would say, hey, they're doing things right. And the example would be Monty was in place. He hired Mike Brown. The collection that they were interviewing, like I said yesterday, all the other candidates that they were targeting got jobs in the league. So you're like, all right, well, you can argue whether did they get it right with Mike Brown. I don't know. Mike Brown was successful, coach of the year, but the other guys, it wasn't like they were the only ones looking at him. Other teams hired those guys.
Right.
Like, okay.
That's right.
Well, they probably had a pretty good pool of candidates, and doesn't mean it was perfect, but whatever. Like you can kind of go, all right, makes sense. Mike Brown was successful year one. The roster did well. They're going in a good direction. But then it didn't stay in that same direction, and now changes have been made again, and it's just like, man, you were kind of going down a path that seemed to be working.
I was talking to somebody the other day who pointed out, last night, that pointed out that the Kings GM search basically came down to two guys, Monty McNair and Sachin Gupta. And Sachin Gupta ended up going to the Timberwolves and being a major part of a lot of the moves they've made over the last couple of years. He's now working for the Chelsea Soccer Club. But Gupta went to Minnesota, and look at where they're at right now, in a large part because of the moves he helped make or advise on. Now, but here's the problem. That doesn't mean that had we hired Sachin, that's not how I think. I don't sit here and go, well, God, if we'd have just hired Gupta, things would have been different. McNair goes to no. Because the way I think is that Gupta would have come here. He would have done the same things, had similar success to Monty McNair. In the beginning, it's the decisions that were taken out of Monty's hand in part. Not that he doesn't deserve any blame, but you think Gupta wouldn't have been interfered with as well? Of course he would have been, at least based on the past. And I got my guy Bobby in the chat who says, you know what? But you can't. You don't want to dwell on the past, but you can't predict the future. Well, this is where to me I get this disconnect with some people. No, you can't predict the future. Anything can happen. You get hit by a bus tomorrow. You can't predict the future. You can make educated guesses, though, based on habit and history. So, for example, if you're betting money on something, let's take the Lakers and the Timberwolves. Let's say the Timberwolves had beaten the Lakers 16 straight times, and they were up 3-0 in the series. I'm probably going to bet on the Timberwolves winning the fourth game of this series because they've beaten the Lakers 16 times. Now, I can't predict the future. This could be the game the Lakers win.
Right.
But that's a silly way of thinking. Like, yes, the future can change. It can, and we hope it will. But what do we have to go on to this point? What possible road can you lay out for me to where you're going, you know what? I think they got it this time. I think this is going to be the one. I think that's, to me, that's Lucy in the football. Well, you're being negative, Dave. Am I? Or am I just protecting myself and trying to alert others that, hey, just all I'm asking, be alert, hold them accountable, wait and see. It's a partnership between fans and franchise. We're in it together. We all want the same thing. I'm tired of being the guy that's like, this time we're going to do it. I don't know, man. Vlade really wants to win here. He really wants to win. This is a chance for him to finish what he started. I was there for that.
Yeah.
I was part of it.
How's that protecting yourself gone?
Really good. I'm incredibly mentally stable, Jason. 1-800-920-1140. Call right now to win a pair of 3-day passes to the Monterey Sports Car Championship at the WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca, May 9th through the 11th. You can see the most technologically advanced sports cars in the world return to Monterey. Hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now. Lucky caller number 2 will score our pair of 3-day passes to this incredible event happening May 9th through the 11th. So our next segment just changed, correct?
Yes, JP Sears.
JP Sears going to join us from your athletics. We'll get to that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, when the A's beat the Rangers in Arlington to kick off the most recent road trip, with JP Sears getting his 4th win, the A's improved to 15-14, the latest in a season they've been over 500 since 2021. Can they contend this year? Well, as we close the book on April, the American League West is the tightest division in baseball. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. It's how retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing must-visit shops. And it's how healthcare offices become data-managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business.
Whitey here with another great grilling tip. The Napoleon Stainless Steel Prestige 500 Connected Propane Grill with infrared side and rear burner featuring Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity brings you closer to your grilling experience than ever before. The Napoleon Connected lets you monitor temperatures, set timers, and receive high temp warnings. Boop, boop. All from your smartphone with temperature probes and LCD display. You'll always know exactly what's happening inside your grill. Napoleon's LED control knobs even illuminate for nighttime entertaining and feature safety glow. Napoleon grills, simply the best.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear because I'm grilling up dinner. Did you get it?
Yes, good job.
So what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
This is Jill Schlesinger. May is Military Appreciation Month, and I know how much I appreciate the military. I married into a military family. I hear from so many members of the military, and Navy Federal Credit Union wants us to celebrate those who go above and beyond for us every day. If you're active duty, a veteran, or part of a military family, you're eligible to join. At Navy Federal Credit Union, the members are the mission. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/celebrate. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
You've heard the saying, penny wise, pound foolish, right? It means you do something that will save you a little bit right now, just pennies, but that ends up costing you pounds in the end.
People put off tuning up their furnace because they don't want to take the time or spend the money to get it done.
But it only takes 90 minutes and costs just $87, which is just pennies compared to the huge problems and expenses that can rack up if you don't get your furnace tuned up.
You'll also save money on your energy bills, and your system will last longer.
So don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Call Bell Brothers for a precision tune-up and professional cleaning today.
Our number is 916-444-1234, or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company. and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Yeah, we can give him his flowers. You know, in his last 8 years in the Eastern Conference, he made the finals all 8 years.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
I smell a setup. I smell a setup.
Don't see it. I
smell a setup. Who's not?
LeBron James.
I didn't see it.
In his 7 years in the Western Conference, he has not made the playoffs, won a championship in a bubble, was out in the first round, didn't make the playoffs again, got to the conference finals, but was swept. Last year got to the first round and was swept. And this year didn't get swept, only went out 4 games to 1.
Yeah, he has lost 12 of his last 14 playoff games.
How does this affect his legacy?
How does it?
Wow. Sound off about that.
JP.
Blast off, I think you mean.
Will join us momentarily. I got some other ones for you real quick. Where are we? You know who else is not hot? How about ESPN's predictor people? So everyone from Bobby Marks to Tim McMahon to Dave McMenamin to George Sedano, Ramona Shelburne, Mark Spears, our guy Mark Spears, and everybody else were asked to predict the Lakers versus Timberwolves. All 10 picked the Lakers.
Is it over?
I believe.
Yeah, they missed.
They
missed.
They missed.
Well, they had a take.
He's good.
They did have a take.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, this guy hopefully has a take. Joining us right now, fresh off their big win yesterday in Texas.
Getting ready for a bullpen session.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I always get a little bit nervous on game day with these guys. It's so nice. Athletics have been so great to us. Actually, who am I kidding? They're great to us every single year. Joining us right now, pitcher for your Athletics, JP Sears. JP, it's Dave, it's Jason. Good morning or good afternoon almost to you. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, we're doing great. I know we moved this around a little bit. You're getting ready for your next start, obviously. So what entails a bullpen session? What do you got going on here in a few minutes?
Just nothing too crazy. Just trying to get a good warm up in, get the body going here a little bit in the morning after having a night game last night. But just getting the body good and warm. Just working on some mechanics before I start throwing the baseball, and then just working on a couple things that I feel like I need to get better at each week, and just trying to do my best to feel good to get ready to go for the next one.
It's interesting, the day-to-day, not everybody's the same of a baseball player. So for example, does your diet change on game days as opposed to non-game days? Unlike a position player, you're not playing every day. Does it depend home, road? How does that work for you, JP?
Yeah, I would say it kind of does at times. I'm definitely more aware of my hydration levels, like, making sure I'm getting hydrated, at least a day, 24 hours or so before my start. And then I kind of try and stay away from just like, spicy foods or like weird foods that, or maybe make you feel like too full or mess up your stomach a little bit, just try and keep it pretty simple and bland within 24 hours of my start or so. But you have to be pretty versatile too, because you don't always have exactly what you want when you're on the road, or just timing of stuff and all that. But yeah, the diet will change at times, but part of it on when you get close to the game day or the day of the game is just trying to get food down. You just a little nervous or anxious or excited about the game that night. It's a little harder to eat the day of.
JP, Dave and I have been down to spring training to cover the A's many times, and one of our joys I know is talking to pitchers, because you guys have a different setup, a different routine, whether it's bullpen guys or for you as a starter. What I've always enjoyed is the games you guys play on games you're not playing. What I mean is between pitchers, the stuff you talk about during games, when you kind of have some idle time. What are some of the favorite things you do during a non-game day for you that you just kind of have amongst your teammates?
Yeah, I would say that obviously we have a decent amount of time. I mean, outside of the field, we love, I love to play some golf here and there. That's more of a hobby outside of baseball that you spend free time doing. But at the field, We have a ping pong table in the clubhouse. So, me and Sevi have been playing a lot of games this year so far, and a couple other guys as well. So we got the ping pong table to kind of keep your competitive edge kind of going every day when you're not playing every day, like you said, those position players. And then during the game, you're just kind of doing a little bit of everything, right? You're kind of talking about the game, talking about, maybe something to do with the next start or your last start. Just trying to do whatever we can. I feel like to learn a little bit from each other and to kind of get that competitive edge every day.
Yeah, because if I remember right, Dave, remember we were down there, I think it was Jesus Luzardo was telling us, JP, that like literally they would have conversations, his teammates then, like, okay, our roster, the way it's constructed, could we get a first down in the NFL? Like, don't you remember that, Dave? Like, could we literally, we'll put this guy at the line, this guy is quarterback, this guy, like, could we get 10 yards? Could we complete a first down? I just fascinated by the idle time and the conversations you guys have, maybe about other sports too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, who's going to be our starting 5? Who's going to be our starting 11? Who's going to be the quarterback? Could we take on a gorilla?
Yes. So what's the verdict?
Let's go. We've been talking about this all week too, JP. 100 men versus one silverback gorilla. Please give us your thoughts.
Well, I mean, dude, it's a great question, right? Because obviously you've seen so many different answers, I think. But I think it'd be really hard to get men to rally behind not having any weapons and somebody attacking the gorilla. The first person that gets their head smashed, I don't think anybody else would want to be messing with it too much. So I would say gorilla out of fear. If you find 100 men that aren't scared of a gorilla, I would say I'll go 100 men. But
so
I think the fear would strike. I think the fear would win.
I mean, true story, honestly, he's almost verbatim what I say. Like,
yeah.
I'm with you, dude. I think you get the 100 guys, and let's say you're picking like John Jones and a bunch of football players and all the best guys. It doesn't matter. The first dude that gets his head popped off and his blood drank by King Kong, I think a lot of people are going to crap themselves and be like, "Yeah, I'm good, dude."
Yeah, but I think that if you maybe get like 100 Spartans, you might find the Spartans winning. Yeah. That's the way I look at it.
I think we're both right on this, Dave. Yeah. But it's got to be the gumption of the people going in. If they lose it, then they're done.
Yeah, it's a fair question. Yeah. I think that if the 3 of us were a part of those 100, then we'd probably lose.
Oh, no, I was out.
Have you Jason and I, we played in a little charity golf tournament Monday. We both love golf. Our ears perked up when you mentioned that. I know that it's probably been so crazy for you since you've been in Sacramento, but have you had a chance to check out any local courses, or is that something you're going to try to find time to do during the season?
Yeah, I mean, we're always looking to play some, local courses and get to know people in the area. I can't remember the name of the course we got to play the other day just because I've been traveling so much the last 10 days, but I can't think. Winchester. Yeah, we got to play Winchester.
Oh, that's my old club. Swear to God, really? That's my old club. Is that not? I think it's honestly, outside of Pebble and all those, it might be the most or top 3 most beautiful course in Northern California.
Well, the second y'all asked me, I started feeling guilty because I mind blanked on the name until I just said it, because I had a great time. I mean, the greens were unreal. I think they said they punched them like 5 days before that, and they still were like amazing. So I can't imagine if that, even better certain days. But the course is so much fun. We had an off day there. We had some good weather that day. Got to wear some shorts outside. It's been so cold recently, so it was nice. But yeah, that course is awesome, and they were really nice and had us out there. So hopefully we'll be able to do that again sometime.
How's your game? How are you playing?
I've been playing okay recently. It's hard to. The worst part of my game is around the greens. Kind of consistently putting the ball really well. I consider myself more of a ball striker, so the scores go up and down, kind of depending on how I putt and chip certain days. But I'm a 75 to 85 golfer. So
we were waiting on it. He's a baseball player. Yeah. He's
how far do you hit the ball?
I hit my driver pretty far. I would say I hit it about every 300 about every time. It's not it's not something you can't lie about it either. I mean, if you lie about it, then people are going to expose you when you play with them. But yeah, we can hit the ball pretty far, I would say. But those guys on tour and people that are scratch handicaps just hit the ball so well every time, and their short game's so good. So I'll maybe get there one day when baseball's over. But until then, I'll focus on the day job.
And you're focusing on pitching. But if you got called in, you guys don't hit anymore. But if if Kotze said, "Hey JP, we need you today," how would you do?
I think that I hope that his answer would be, JP can do the job. I mean, I think I can. I think that I could do whatever the team would need me to do that day, but hitting's hard, so I don't know. I'm joking, but I like to consider myself the first pitcher off the bench, but we'll see one day.
Well, I guess it's a perfect way to close out because you do have a bullpen session coming up. I think you did incredibly well on the gorilla question. So
thank you. I mean, we've had a lot of time to discuss it, right? I'm sure you can assume that a lot of guys have different opinions on it. So
yeah, but yours is my opinion is the right one since we agree.
Yeah, there's only one right. Yeah.
Now, here's one you've probably been asked before, so forgive me if we're surprising you, but I'm guessing you've heard this one. JP, if you're able to place your golf ball at the furthest edge of the green on every hole at the Masters, do you think you'd win the tournament with everybody else having to play normally from the tips?
That's a good question because I've thought about it, but I haven't really ever thought about it like breaking it down, like looking at the course and being like, all right, well, that's a 90-foot putt. That's at least the par. I mean, putting is the weakest part of my game, so like it would be really hard for me to like constantly be like I can win it. I think I'd 100% make the cut. I think I'd be like in the top 10. I don't know. I don't think I'd win it though.
Okay. Go ahead.
I think I would make a lot of pars, I guess is what I'm saying. I think I'd make a lot of fours. Like I think I'd have a lot of like 4, 5, 6 footers for par. So you know what I'm saying? So I think that at the end of the week, after 30 of those putts, I think I make like 6 of them. So I'd be like 6 under and the leaders would be like 10 under. So
okay.
We'll
Well,
see.
then the follow-up is you have some choices here. You can take $1 million and walk away. You can play prime Tiger Woods 18 holes. And if you win one of those 18 holes, you get $250 million. But if you don't, and he sweeps you, you have to spend a month in jail.
Oh, wow.
Do you take the bet?
Jail or prison?
That is an excellent follow-up, and we're going to say jail, not prison. That is a fantastic. That's great knowledge. You can walk away with $1 million. You can
It's not from experience, I promise.
quarter Billy, or are you walking away with $1 million?
I'm going quarter Billy. Tiger's making a bogey. I'm making a par.
Yeah,
that's the right answer. And oh, by the way, just in case you ask this to somebody else, you're not allowed to offer to split 125 and 125 if he throws a hole either. By the way,
I don't think Tiger cares that much about $100 million.
Hey, look, we'd love to have you on every once in a while, JP, just to ask you random non-baseball questions. Thank you for joining us. Good luck this season, brother. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Y'all have a good weekend. Appreciate it.
You too.
Prison or jail is an
How
excellent
quick
follow-up.
was he with that?
He didn't pause, and it's the right question.
What's so great is that's now going around the clubhouse today. You've given them content.
That's kind of what the point was.
Yeah.
Let's give back.
And so next week, whoever we talk to, hey guys, I'm sure you talked about this. What's the resounding answer?
Oh, we didn't get your streak.
Oh no, forgot.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right.
My bad. Mason Miller was good to me. JP,
we just skipped streak today.
What?
We got some important streaks on the line.
Yeah, someone's looking to go double digits. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's knock out a quick, let's go streaking, and then we'll get into a postmortem for your Los Angeles Lakers. We'll do all that right after this.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, UC Davis, and Sac State with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Memorial Day is the unofficial beginning of summer and a time to reflect on the blessings we enjoy living in this country. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At Naturewood's Memorial Day sale, you choose the offer. It's like 2 sales in one. Take 10% off regular prices or get 24 months of no-interest financing with payments on approved credit. Then you can choose from living rooms, sofas, sectionals, dining rooms, bedrooms, home offices, and so much more. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, you can shop and save big on the best selection of quality furniture, including Sacramento's largest selection of furniture made in the USA. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for that water wheel.
The IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship is back for another thrilling season at Monterey's iconic WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, May 9th through the 11th. Only in Monterey can you experience a high-octane mix of international drivers, cutting-edge prototypes, and GT sports cars racing wheel to wheel. There'll be gourmet food, wine, craft beers, family entertainment, and exclusive fan engagement with the drivers in the open race paddock. Buy your tickets now and experience world-class motorsports. Visit WeatherTechRaceway.com.
Sacramento, get ready. The Sacktown Sports Live events calendar is packed with epic shows you won't want to miss. Classic rock bands, America takes the stage at Hard Rock Live Sacramento on May 9th. Then hip-hop legend LL Cool J brings the beats to Thunder Valley on May 10th. The Outlaw Music Festival rolls into Toyota Amphitheater on May 18th. And punk pioneers The Dam hit Ace of Spades on May 31st. June heats up with JJ Gray and Mofro at Ace of Spades on June 10th. Plus, country superstars Lee Brice and Walker Hayes at Ironstone Amphitheater on June 21st. Then, it's 3 days of country fun at the Country Summer Music Festival at Sonoma County Fairgrounds on June 27th through the 29th. Get your boots ready for the Folsom Pearl Rodeo July 3rd through 5th. Then, catch Cody Johnson at Golden One Center on July 18th and Parker McCollum at Ironstone Amphitheater on August 16th. Mark your calendars, grab your tickets, and don't miss out. Find all the details at sacktownsports.com.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yeah.
That's a sweep.
Yeah.
You want to hang out with Stephen A? Okay.
And, be an interesting conversation. By the way, shout out to our friend in sales downstairs, Brian.
Yeah.
I saw during the break.
It's not Brian.
It's Brian.
It's Brian. He had a friend. You should know our salespeople more, Chris. Come on.
It's not Brian.
It's Brian. So he had a friend attend the Masters.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa. And he was showing off
the game of golf.
His friend had gotten him a box of ball markers.
Okay.
Right. And so it was super cool, from the shop there. And then he handed me, because I gave him his first pimento cheese sandwich.
Oh, that's right. He came up in studio to have that.
He handed me a ball marker from the Masters that says pimento cheese on it. But Jason, because you're the one that always brings in the chips, he got a ball marker that says potato chips on it.
Oh, look at that. How about that?
Isn't that great? How about that?
And for me, he got...
you don't even know his name.
Oh.
Yeah. He did say you're doing a great job, and attaboy.
Good job.
I've had better.
What are you going to do with a ball marker? I don't want to know.
Throw it at you.
That's cool. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you very much, Brian. That's very, very nice of him. Also, thanks to JP Sears.
Yep.
That was fun.
Hitting 300 plus drives.
Of course he is.
I'm like, he's a pitcher. I go, no, he's going to be really good.
Did you notice? Maybe you didn't, but like going into that question you asked, I was going to hit him with hey, man, you know what? We'll get your info and happy to show you around a few courses. No problem. We've done that before.
But he's playing Winchester.
Yeah, of all the courses too. After that, though, I'm like, no, not playing with.
Yeah, but then even when he said like, I'm more of a ball striker, I'm like, okay, he's good.
He's good. Ball striker, just hammering at 300. And then how much you want to bet too? He's like, I'm not much of a putter. He's like 12 times the putter we are.
I remember when we played on Monday at the Sac State football golf tournament. It might have been the second hole when, we were behind a tree again. But I think you said like, okay, what we want to do is you shape it and draw it and bring it around. And then like the guys were kind of looking like, oh, can you guys do that? Like, no, we just swing and hit the ball.
That's what we want to do.
That's what that's shape it and turn it. Yeah. No, we just swing.
Well, that's kind of become my favorite bit on the golf course is like, I don't know where the ball is going when I hit it. But there was like one where I hit it through like a tree and it landed on like the right side of the green. You'll remember that it fed all the way over to like a few feet from the hole. And my favorite bit when I do something completely by luck and accident is to turn to my playing partners and be like, so what you want to do here?
Is that
like I know? Like I knew what the slope of the. I'm just happy to hit it straight and forward, and not kill anyone in a cart, which we also almost got close to. All right, let's streak it out real quick. So let's go streaking.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB?
Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
Streaking.
Yeah, let's go streaking. Well, sorry, I'm gonna forget. So sorry to do this on the air. Chris, would you mind when you get a chance? Would you send a note to our friendly neighborhood engineer who we saw yesterday that this plug is not working for the rest of the hosts? Sorry, Jason.
No problem.
Okay.
We're gonna do this in the order of lowest to highest because we got a streak to really worry about here.
Yeah.
And it's not me.
I actually don't know what happened. I didn't look.
Chris is at 5.
Yeah.
You were at 9.
Yeah.
I took PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Pete Crow Armstrong. Yeah.
He got up 4 times. Every time I've seen this guy play, I'm like, this guy's the deal.
The deal.
And he went over 4.
Okay, he's not the deal.
I've picked him twice. He's over.
More like Pete Crow Armstrong.
No Armstrong.
No, yeah.
No
Pete,
hit Armstrong.
No hit Armstrong.
So I remain at 0. Chris with 5.
Pete Crow for 4. Sorry. And why? Oh, sorry. I thought you were laughing. When I turned away, it's because I didn't want. Okay.
Courtesy. I'm at 0. Respect my streak.
You're still mad about the USA. I know, right? I can feel it.
Never forget.
Never forget.
I'm still at 0, so I remain there. Chris is at 5, trying to get to 6.
Yeah.
Get closer to Dave. He took Stephen Kwan. Remember the Kwan? The Guardians. He got up 4 times. And he got 0 hits.
Oh. Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going.
Keep that in mind.
I don't like
so I'm at 0.
Told you we should skip it.
Chris is at 0. Dave's at 9, trying to become the first person this year to get to 10. You took I forget his first
Carson Kelly with the Cubs.
With the Cubs. Cubs didn't get a lot of hits, didn't get a lot of runs. He got up 4 times, Dave. 1 hit.
Let's go. All you need is 1. That's what the Beatles said.
So you are at 10.
Let's go.
Wow. Okay, you have taken in this streak run Arias, Soderstrom, Wilson, Judge, Goldschmidt, Witt Jr., Tatis, Hernandez, Betts, and Kelly.
Oh, good for you.
And Chris and I, we could pick from anybody today, but you've got a shorter list.
You said I took Judge.
You did.
I took Tatis. I took Alonso.
Nope. Sure you want to do that?
Have I taken Bobby Witt Jr.?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I took Teoscar Hernandez, right?
Yep.
Have I taken Jacob Wilson?
Yep.
I don't. Oh God, I don't have a good feeling. But have I taken Ohtani?
No, not in this streak.
Ooh, Alonso or Ohtani?
Are the Dodgers playing today?
Good question.
Yeah,
looks like they are.
Alonso or Ohtani? Otanzo? Oh, nope, they're not.
Alonso morning.
It's Pete Alonso. And I'm telling you right now, yeah,
Yes, they are.
playing. I got a bad feeling about this.
Okay. Alonso with a bad feeling.
Alonso morning.
Well, I didn't ask JP, but I'm going to take an athletic.
Good.
Because every time we've had an athletic on the show, they
every
hits.
time.
Yeah, I know he's not hitting, but I'm going to take the rookie, Nick Kurtz.
Chris?
I will take Vladimir Guerrero.
Senior?
Junior.
Okay. There we go. Dave, how's it feel to have a 10-game hitting streak?
Well, look, I'm just happy to be here. Good Lord willing, I can help the ball club. We take it one day at a time, and hopefully we're able to get another hit today. I just want to thank the team. It's not just one person. It's multiple people. I want to thank the team, everybody around me, helping do the research and getting everything right. And here's to, by the way, do we even know what is the all-time streak? Is it 16?
Uh-huh.
Is that Jay Mars still?
No, that's me last year.
That was you. That's right. So I have the season high at 10.
Yeah.
But I still got
the media's going to start getting around your locker.
It already has kind of become a circus. I had somebody out in front of my house as I was getting in the car this morning, wanted to ask questions. As soon as I walk out of here today, the fishbowl starts. And, we've already knocked out quite a few of the best hitters in the league.
Yeah.
And I got a really, really, really bad feeling about, I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's the first time all streak I got it, but the pressure goes up.
Just need a hit. Hey, by the way, after the first month of the season, Dave, you are batting 256, 6 homers, 15 RBI.
Yeah, that's not right.
I'm at 283, 6 homers, 23 RBI. Chris is at 282 with 6 homers and 17 RBI. We all have 6 home runs.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah.
What are the odds of that happening?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I got a couple things for you. Speaking of baseball, Jason, I thought you'd like this. I wanted to wait until who's hot, who's not, because I didn't want to steal anything from Christopher Lott. So where's the one I really, really want here? Tell me what I want, what I really, really want. Here we go. Prior to this year, no player in the American League had ever collected 50 hits in a season before May. No player in the AL had ever reached base 70 times before May. And no player had ever amassed 85 total bases before May.
So this year.
3 guys have each done one of those. You ready?
I know who they are.
50 hits in a season before May. Your guy, all rise, Aaron Judge. The player that reached base 70 times before May. The player that has 85 total bases before May. It's the same guy, all rise, Aaron Judge. As a matter of fact, it gets crazier. He currently leads the AL in batting average, home runs, and RBI. He's tied in home runs. He's the only player in the DH era to lead the AL in all 3 Triple Crown categories entering May. Needless to say, Jason,
and one hell of a model American.
Season ends today. He's going to get a lot of MVP votes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll take
John Fisher's happy. He's coming to Sacramento next week.
Yeah, John gets to watch him. It's going to be amazing. When we return, and by the way, we're going to return in just 30 seconds. What the hell are we going to do here? Oh, you know what? We haven't had a chance to talk about George Kittle.
Yeah, or the Lakers postmortem.
Yeah.
I want to keep pushing this George Kittle segment.
We're going to get to it opening day next year. And also, remember yesterday, the whole Tyrese Halleburton, John Halleburton, Giannis Antetokounmpo fallout, and everybody apologized, whatever. It's all good because it's not like any of them. It's not like anybody went out and did a TV interview about it.
Oh, I'm sure it was either Tyrese
or Giannis. Yeah, no, it was the dad spoke to, but it went well. Honestly, it made me feel a lot better about the whole situation about John Halleburton in particular.
Good.
Because of the unique type of energy he brought to the interview. Oh. Well, I'll be. What do you know? Carmichael Dave here for my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yeah, it's I was actually talking to Matt over there yesterday, as a matter of fact. Also a golfer that would fit in quite well with you and I, Jason. We were talking about all the things they have coming up for the summer, all the deals that they have going, and just how they take absolute joy in everything that they do, which is why they've served the greater Sacramento area since 1981. It's why they have an A+ with the Better Business Bureau, which is why I'm so proud to endorse them. And like I told you earlier this week when we had a loyal listener go out and get the brand new air conditioner, get the $4,000 rebate, and who couldn't have been happier, I want you to share that same feeling. And even if you don't need a new furnace or a new air conditioner, it's always a good time, especially this time of year, to get your air conditioner tuned up, double checked. That way you don't have an issue. in the worst part of the summer. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. 30-second break when we return. John Halleburton speaks next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, shout out to Kyle. You led better bet. Coming in here and fixing the headphone issue. Wow, he's like a little baby engineer. Look at him, all fresh faced and ready to take on the world. Comes in here and fixes the. And by the way, it wasn't some easy fix either. Like you had to go dial something in.
Oh, it's crazy.
Whatever. And like you said, who changes this?
Don't know.
Who comes in here and changes the input source? Get out of here
with that stuff.
Don't you realize we're a top 4 rated morning show?
That's right.
Okay,
for a reason.
So. The whole Giannis, John Halleburton thing happened, and Tyrese, went on and did his whole, hey, I don't think my dad was right, and they'll all have a conversation. And then John did his apology, and I actually stood in front of John a little bit because we've met and talked to him before. He's a good guy, happy for his kid. Everybody makes mistakes in the heat of the moment, and, gets emotional and does things that they just wish they could take back. And it's always good to give people a little bit of grace if you can. Well. He spoke to I think it's WTMJ. Wow, that's got to hurt your jaw. And that's NBC Channel 4. And he was asked about what happened. And the old saying is, shut up and don't say anything. And he didn't follow it. I'll let you be the judge.
When I turned, it might have seemed like I was looking at him, but I really wasn't. I was looking through him. That's how I was in the moment. I know it looked like we were looking, like I was staring him down, but it wasn't like that. It was in the moment, as if I was looking right through him. And yes, I had the banner in my hand going, and I was yelling, yay, yay, yay. Giannis never said anything to me. I never said anything to Giannis. There was no back and forth.
But that changed when Giannis went face to face with John near his baseline seats a few moments later.
He grabbed my hands, he put his forehead on my forehead, and he said, don't disrespect me. Don't effing disrespect me. Okay? And I said to him, I was not trying to disrespect you, which I wasn't. I'm telling you, I did not do that on purpose. I really did not. And then I said to him, I love you. He said back to me, I love you. We patted chest. He gave us a thumbs up and he walked away.
Yay!
That's what
Yay!
Gets me every.
That's always how I cheer.
I'm so glad because that's what got me when I watched it this morning. And I was there just like, yay, yay. Look.
For he's a jolly good fellow.
Did you say for he's a Johnny? Like no, Giannis?
I don't think so.
For he's a Giannis good fellow.
That's good if I did.
That's great if you did.
Yay! Yay!
Okay,
Giannis?
Yeah. No, that's right. You got to keep that. We need that yay to live on the show. That's a term I shouldn't have used. So here's the thing, John. You know that saying, like you already dug your hole. I understand the need, the want to try to make it better, but it's about your son, and it's about that. Just shh.
Yeah, your son. One of the best moments so far of his career. I mean, he's technically had the game winner. They beat a juggernaut of a team.
Yes.
on the home floor, and a lot of it's come about you now.
John, we could have dealt with this a lot better had you just called me, because I would have said to you, John, Mr. Halleburton, don't do an interview, but if you feel the need to,
go with yay.
What was said between Giannis and I will stay between Giannis and I. I have nothing but love and respect for him. All I'm going to say on this is just to reiterate how badly I feel. It wasn't malicious. I didn't intend for this to happen, but I'm a grown man and I made my own bed. What kills me is that I'm taking away from my son's moment through my excitement and love for him. This should be about him. This should be about the Pacers. And I have done what is my biggest nightmare. I have overshadowed it with my immature actions and poor decisions. I didn't kill anyone. I get that, but this is not who I am. So I'm never going to speak on this again. And everything's been made good between us. And I'm just looking forward to the Pacers next series. And that's the last I will speak on it. And that's it. Something like that. Get out of the way. Shoosh. And let your kid play basketball. Because
he should just like be cheering from the sideline, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'd love to hear him cheer. Be great.
Yay. Yay.
So, like, for example, here's some fun ways for us to be able to use those in the next few weeks. Hey, today's Friday.
Yay. Yay.
Hey, we have the, boo, you suck, it's over. Dave, your hitting streak continued.
Yay. Yay. Yay.
Hey, coming up around 9:30, this is again tomorrow, we're going to have Taco Bell nuggets and a Mexican pizza on the way in.
Yay. Yay. Yay.
When it breaks,
we have it first.
The Kings have just won the NBA lottery.
Yay! Yay!
Okay,
yay!
Hey, I got an idea. Here's one. Here's an example, and then we'll move on. Hey, who's a hip hop artist I wouldn't want to take a cross country trip with?
Yay! Yay! Yay!
Who says yay? Does anybody say hurrah anymore? Are those the same people? Hooray! Hurrah!
Hoot and holler.
Didn't the English used to say like huzzah with Z's? Huzzah! What? Does anyone sing? I feel like somewhere people sing he's a jolly good fellow.
No one. Anymore?
Yeah, I think so. Like my farm family, whenever somebody'd have a birthday, they always had like I forget how it goes, but it was like happy birthday, dear, happy birthday to you. And then it would go into like, I forget what it was. I'm not making fun of it either. I'm just saying it was like, Jesus loves you and wishes you something, and then something else religious. And I feel like,
yeah, man, I have no idea what you're talking about.
And I always wondered, is that like a them thing or is this amongst other folks?
Oh, one of those people.
No.
Yay.
Yay.
I'm usually the person that can point you in the right direction with those kinds of questions, but I have no idea what that is.
So you grew up in religious school, right? So there isn't some sort of like follow-up happy birthday that involves old JC?
I've never heard of it.
Okay. Well, maybe it's a family thing.
His birthday's on Christmas.
Maybe every family has a happy birthday. Like my family, anytime
we also did birthdays. Interesting.
Did you do some birthdays? No, like on the last happy birthday to you, my mom always has to harmonize.
Okay.
That's her thing.
Yeah.
She just always has to harmonize.
We count the years away.
I remember in Spanish class, we'd sing someone happy birthday, and then, cumpleaños feliz and all that. And then at the end, it was y mucho más, right? Which is and many more?
Sure.
In the Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. That was fun.
Yeah, no, we count the years away. So whatever year it is, it's like there's a little song to it, and then at the end you count.
I had three other cousins.
Hold on for a second. So if somebody turned 10,
they'd
finish and then they clap 10 times.
No, it would be today's Dave's birthday. Today's Dave's birthday. Let's count the years away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay, Dave!
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Jason's birthday is coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
They just finished clapping
2 days ago.
From last year.
Right. That's got to get annoying when someone's you're clapping 84 times.
Yeah, that's usually like a 2 or 3 breath.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, we don't go 10, 20. No, we do the
you
whole
do the whole
thing.
thing.
Yeah, we're in it to
2,
win it.
4, 6, 8.
No.
Who do we appreciate?
Not clapping. 87 times. That's a cool little tradition. What were you going to say?
Oh, I had cousins that were also born in September, 3 other ones. So we had to share a birthday.
Oh, boo.
That's the biggest garbage ever. My mom and my sister are born December 11th and December 19th. And my mom and her sister share a birthday. And I always felt like here's the thing. If I was born in December, I would have cleared this up real quick.
Twins?
No, they're 3 years apart.
Wow.
Just happened to be born on December 11th. So I would clear that up real quick as soon as I could talk. So what? January, February, March, April, May. Okay, so I'd be like, check it out. My birthday is not December 11th. My birthday is June 11th observed. Like I'm separating out my birthday 6 months because I'm not every kid that has a birthday in December. I don't care what the parents say. They're getting screwed by Christmas. They're getting screwed by Christmas.
I knew some twins that birthday was right around Christmas, and they got to pick when they wanted their birthday, and they said Halloween.
It's still you're in the danger zone.
That's another fun day, right? Like,
yeah, it's fantastic.
No. Halloween is Halloween. I think that's a poor decision.
Yeah,
Halloween's
Halloween.
Halloween.
I don't think you enjoy Halloween enough to make that decision.
I'm saying you're still in the danger zone of, the Christmas is coming up.
We did just get him that new bike.
Yeah, that's 100%.
A month ago, a month and a half ago.
The green zones for birthdays are probably April
through August.
I was gonna say that. I thought I might be being a little too. I think April through August is the green zone.
You're forgetting about a loophole that I'm a part of.
What?
Only child.
Well, yeah, if you're an only child, of course.
You can have your birthday on the 23rd and hey, here's more presents.
What about Tyrese Halleburton, who's a leap
year?
Baby.
He gets really screwed.
Yeah.
A lot of times everyone's like, oh, he's overrated, he's a heel. Well, they don't realize he's 8. Imagine being 8 and doing this.
Imagine being 8 and this is your dad.
Yeah.
Yay.
We'll take a break. When we come back, I got you. What to watch, and we'll prep ourselves for celebrity birthdays and crosstalk with Alan Stiles. We'll do all that right after this.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Get ready for an adrenaline-pumping, action-packed day at Monster Truck Madness. Witness the insane power of Rockstar, California Kid, Identity Theft, Spitfire, Reverse, Titan, and more. Plus, ride along with a massive monster truck. It's all happening Saturday, May 10th at the San Joaquin County Fairgrounds with 2 back-to-back shows at 3 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Don't miss the wildest event of the year. Tickets are selling fast, so head to StockVendorTrack.com for tickets and more info. It's Monster Truck Madness. Non-stop, high-octane thrills that you can't miss.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more. And then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-750-2525. That's 800-750-2525. Again, that's 800-750-2525.
Disturbed. Live. Oh, get up, come on, get down with the 25th anniversary of the 5-time platinum album, The Sickness. 2 sets, 1 show, The Sickness in its entirety, and greatest hits with special guests, Daughtry, and nothing more. Friday, May 9th, Golden One Center. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Disturbed. Live.
Count on Kohl's for those special gifts Mom deserves this Mother's Day. Inspire her inner chef with must-haves for her kitchen, wellness essentials for her fitness routine, and jewelry for her perfect night out. Plus, you can save 15% on some of your finds and earn Kohl's cash. Find Mom's perfect gift in time for Mother's Day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer valid through May 11th. Kohl's cash and coupons do not apply to Sephora. Exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for more details.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Marvel fans, get ready for the next heroes to hit the largest screen in Sacramento with Thunderbolts, the IMAX experience, playing this week at the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown.
You thought you were going to be some great saviors? You can't even save yourself.
Filmed for IMAX, the best place to immerse yourself in Marvel's Thunderbolts is on the Esquire IMAX 6-story screen and thunderous sound system. Get your reserved seats today at IMAX.com/Sacramento. Thunderbolts, playing this week at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sacktown Sports.
You know, just one more quick little note on the gorilla versus human thing.
Gorilla.
You know, in this day and age where we're having these conversations, you know, I'm a big believer in equality. Why is it 100 men?
Yeah.
Why are we not putting women in there?
Go for it.
Little misogyny is what I say.
Yeah.
Let the women have a shot.
Yeah, to me, the whole thing always has been about the numbers.
Yeah.
That's where I thought humanity, let's say, could win. But I think JP Sears said it pretty well. Like they've got to be all in.
Yeah, they got to be all in.
The second you have, participants 7 through 100 going, I'm not sure. Then no,
it's over.
The advantage is no longer an advantage. What I think is an advantage.
If I was part of that group that survived after beating the gorilla, I know exactly what I would say.
Yay! Yay! Yay!
Go ahead.
No, never mind.
So pay attention to other sports talk hosts. I'm about to give you something that doesn't support my view. Okay. This is a wildlife biologist, and he weighs in on this whole thing.
Who would win in a fight, a gorilla or 100 men? All right, let's break this down once and for all. Well, a full-grown male gorilla is an absolute monster. It can lift 2,000 pounds, has a bite force of 1,300 PSI, and is up to 9 times stronger than the average guy. But here's the thing. Gorillas aren't built for long fights. They're like sprinters. They explode for about a minute, and then they gas out hard. So yeah, the first 30, maybe 40 guys, dead instantly. But after a minute, once enough guys dogpile onto it, weight wins. Endurance wins. The 100 men would eventually overwhelm the gorilla, barely, probably losing about half in the process. Humans are weak individually, but when we work together, even nature's tanks like gorillas don't stand a chance.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Pretty sound, thought out logic, I guess.
I also kind of want that t-shirt. Humans are weak individually, but when we work together, even nature's tanks don't stand a chance.
Teamwork.
And can I just
welcome to the party, comrade?
Maybe we'll move on.
Yeah.
Now that we've solved that,
but I'd be last in line.
Does 100%? I'm hiding behind Verlad.
When they say, Dave, you drew number 96.
Yep.
What would you say?
I'd say it's the what,
easy, big fella.
Or what else?
Oh,
what else? Yeah, that's what he was. It's the one time in my life I'd want to choose the short straw in a human centipede. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Back to what you guys were saying about Brian giving gifts. He dropped me a gift. Got me some M&Ms.
Yay!
Yay! Yay! Yay!
Way to go, Brian.
As we move on here, does your attitude or argument change at all if it's a 100 men versus a hippo on land?
Yes.
Like, the hippo's winning that one, right?
Absolutely.
I think the hippo bites like far harder than the gorilla.
Yeah, you want to talk about a tank.
Well, how do you even hurt a hippo, dude? Like, what are you going to kick at its hippo thing? Like, what are we doing?
This hippo thing.
I don't know. How are you possibly hurting a hippo? You going to rip off one of those stupid ears? What are you
Hopefully he chokes on one of the
right, that's
one of the
that's
dead
the
bodies.
Only hope. That's the only hope is that he absolutely
overeats.
He chokes on one of the men and it gets stuck down his throat and nobody Heimlichs it. That's the only hope.
We won.
The hippo's
We won.
Well, hippo's already kind of purple, but whatever a hippo does when it's choking to death, and meanwhile Bob is halfway down his esophagus, and then the
People
hippo
are feeding Bob more food.
Right, exactly. They're just dying. You just need a couple sacrificial lambs, Mike. Mary had a
CD.
Chops. Or Chop, the puppet.
Mike.
I said Mike. On the
Mary had a
also said that second.
Silence of the
Bragini.
CD.
He said you're so stupid.
Mike.
All right. JJ Redick's first year was successful in the regular season, but they got booted in 5.
Yay! Yay!
Hey, we do the pick from the carcass. Any Laker benefit to the Kings at all?
You know who I'd really like, honestly? This isn't going to be sexy. You know who I'd really like on the Lakers? Rui Hachimura.
Okay.
I think he'd fit pretty damn well.
Yeah.
I would not mind Rui at the 4 on this team. I think having a front line as it stands right now of someone like Hachimura, Keegan at the 3, Sabonis at the 5.
You could do worse.
Could do a lot worse. Yeah. That being said, I don't like. When was the last time we even traded with the Lakers? I'm sure we have. Yuck. Nothing crazy, everybody, but we do have breaking news. Legitimately, we do have actual sort of Kings breaking news.
When it breaks,
we have it first.
It's Sacktown Sports breaking news.
Obviously, listening to our conversation with Sam Amick, the Sacramento Kings have announced a press conference this Friday. That is tomorrow, 10 a.m. practice facility. Doug Christie and Scott Perry, and I should have been gone. That's going to be a great way to end the week with a presser and a chance to ask. So there you go. Just shut up, Dave and Sam, with your press conference questions.
Yeah.
There you go. Maybe they've been busy. Maybe they were doing things.
Doing things.
I'm doing things. There we go.
That's good.
Yeah. So anyways, Rudy Hachimura makes $17 million.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
I would happily
want Alex Len back for his third run.
Crap, they have to give us somebody else here. Here we go. Okay, what about this, Jason Ross? How about would you do DeMar DeRozan and a 2028 top 8 protected first for Rui Hachimura and Dalton Connect?
Yes. I'm more intrigued by can we do someone else like Connect?
Yeah. Who? Yeah, I was waiting. I thought you had somebody.
No, I'm just like, what was his price point?
Connect?
Yeah.
3.8.
Okay.
So Hachimura makes 17. DeRozan makes 23. We got to make that up.
Bronny.
I'd love that for MC.
I don't know.
So we need to get
a lot of shooting guards.
Somebody in the 3-4 ish range, unless of course, because Rudy Hachimura at 17 million is the third highest paid player on the team. I mean, I also wouldn't mind Dorian Finney-Smith either.
Yeah.
But you gotta.
What's Maxi Kleba?
Maxi Klebes, 11 million. So I don't know. I don't think that works either. Oh, it does work. Rui Hachimura and Maxi Kleber for DeMar DeRozan. Oh, I'd do that. They wouldn't. They'd be like LOL, right?
Yeah.
I think we have a trade exception in there as well, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. We got a break.
Yay.
Hey, you know what I might do tonight?
Huh.
John Halleburton. I'm on dinner for the first time this week. Maybe I just knock out some sloppy joes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or not but yay.
Gross.
Oh.
Wow. All right. Crosstalk with Styles and celebrity birthdays coming up next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Let me tell you about Gonzalez Law.
Yeah.
Yay. The number is 916-304-9187. SacLegalDefense.com is where you can find them on the web. And look, you have questions out there, I'm sure, about certain things. Maybe it's something from your past that's still following you around that just hasn't been able to let you do the things that you've wanted to do. Well, he has specialized in that in expungements. He can help you there. Maybe you have a sexual harassment case, wrongful termination case, auto accidents. These things happen, and you may have questions. So that's why you call Jonathan Gonzalez, a lawyer in downtown Sacramento that is here to help. His case preparation and overall approach, well, it's resulted in life-changing, impactful results for thousands of clients. Again, criminal defense, whatever it might be, you need help, you got questions, give them a call, 916-304-9187, or go to SacLegalDefense.com.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One,
what's in your wallet.
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, when the A's beat the Rangers in Arlington to kick off the most recent road trip, with JP Sears getting his 4th win, the A's improved to 15-14, the latest in a season they've been over 500 since 2021. Can they contend this year? Well, as we close the book on April, the American League West is the tightest division in baseball. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. It's how retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing must-visit shops. And it's how healthcare offices become data-managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Let's go! Alice Styles in the building. Alice Styles is in the building.
Yeah.
We're so happy that he's here. Hooray! Bum, bum. Good morning.
Hello.
Very a little tropical today.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like your vest.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a memory of Monty McNair.
I wasn't gonna say the joke, but you did.
Yes.
I like, and you know what?
Why not?
He's not the first person to wear vests.
I like vests.
Do we have to do that? Because I like vests, and every time I wear a vest now, someone's got to say it.
Yeah. Hey.
Don't.
He's still with us.
Well, he's not.
Unemployment and peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. EIP. UEIP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah. What's new?
Real good. Had the River Cats last night.
Yay!
Tried the pastrami fries for the first time.
That's one.
Yay!
Thoughts?
Yay!
Because they do go, it's nacho cheese, chopped pastrami, and onions. I would say less cheese, more onions, and we really got a winner. I'm at a solid 7. You could convince me 8 right now.
Okay.
You go less cheese, more onions. We could get 8.5.
It's interesting because without seeing it, I would think it's hard to have too much cheese. But you're saying there is?
It's a lot. Okay. It's not a lot. I mean, it comes in a little basket. I put it on.
What kind of cheese is it?
It's like the nacho cheese.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why.
So I thought you were going to say less onions. But.
No, I need more onions. Okay. I needed more onions. But because we got there early, to do the pregame and everything, you never know, because I was the first, probably their first order. So maybe more onions came later once they got lathered. You know?
Maybe somebody squeezed the cheese, one too many squeezes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. First one of the day.
Sounds really good, and I think they should bring some in for us.
I'll see what I can do. I'm still working on trying to hit BP because there's a whole thing going around whether or not I can hit a ball out at Center Park Park. I could. Just give me
almost anybody can over there.
I need 50. I need 50 pitches.
50? That's a lot.
I honestly think I need 30.
Especially for a baseball player.
I need 30. I will tell them 50.
Why would you need 50?
The hit doctor?
I feel like
I need
you would
30.
do it.
I need 30.
Could do it, I think you could do it in 10.
Yes.
If you can't do it, I think
20.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
You don't need 50.
Here's a caveat. 20 in my wheelhouse. Or 10.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Swing it what you want.
BP.
I know. So you're going to
so
20
what
swings. Looks good. Yeah.
Sure. I can do 20 swings.
It's not pitches. It's swings.
I can do 20 swings.
Okay, that's what I meant. I thought you could do it. If you can do it,
he can do it. That's what I'll tell them. 20 swings.
10 swings.
I don't. It's been a long time.
Yeah, because if there's 4 straight takes, that's not pitches.
20 swings.
12 swings.
15. That's it.
Okay, we
that's it. So I'm trying to figure out when it's practice,
Like,
River
is it a
Cats
no
practice.
doubter,
But
or
if
is
you
it
do
a
it,
No,
wall
it's a wall
scraper?
scrape.
If you do it before 10, you can't celebrate.
You mean after 10?
Before.
Why?
Because you said you couldn't do it in 10.
Fine.
You said you needed 15.
Fine, I'll go on these airwaves.
If you do it on the first one, are you stopping?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm jogging the base. Hey, get off the field.
What if you didn't
that
get
field
all
is
of it?
worn down.
Yeah.
What if
You're
what?
like, I got more. I didn't get it all.
That would just be to show off, and I'm not that
Okay,
type
what
of
about
guy.
this? What about this? What is?
Oh
No, this is.
I think it's 3. Are you looking?
310.
It's 3. Is it 310 in the corner?
Well, left field line is 310. 403 dead center. You got it?
I'm gonna
Off the
need some
batter's
power.
eye?
Off Mason Miller, yeah.
Okay,
But
I got a question.
Oh,
for
we
you.
can make that happen, right?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, you can.
Friend of the show.
I got a scenario for you.
okay.
You go up there, you just sky one to center field. Your first hit, first pitch, right? They say, let's see some more. You get another 30 pitches. All of a sudden, like maybe one of the River Cats managers comes over, whatever, sees you. You're absolutely slamming it.
He's the hit doctor.
Yeah.
So Freddie Jinglehoffer, their director of scouting,
third.
comes up. He says, "Hey, Alan, I see something in you. I've got right here a 1-year contract, and the average salary is $57,500 a year.
I saw that.
You can't do both jobs though, but you have the opera. We're only going to guarantee you 1 year, but welcome to the River Cats. Sign here." You turn him down. Also, do you think 100 guys could beat a hippo on land?
I take it back to our boss and say, "Hey, I got options, man. 35-year-old AAA ball player."
So like negotiate?
That's right.
Right. And then he says like, LOL, see ya. Then what do you do?
Then I'll see you on Monday. I'll see you on Monday.
Okay. Alternate universe, kid doesn't exist. Does that change your mind?
I'm 35, brother.
What if you're 20?
But I do get to brag and say I played AAA ball.
This is also A, your last chance, and B, didn't you see that one movie with Dennis Quaid where he's
The Rookie?
Yeah.
The
like,
Rookie.
Come on, Rook.
No, kiddo. Let's do it.
Oh, that's the.
Let's do it.
That's the right answer.
Let's do
What
it.
if you start getting some hits? And
That's
they're
right.
Like, you know,
Right.
Because all I need is a cup of coffee. All I need is somebody,
One call to the show.
one
Yeah.
injury happens. All I need is one at bat. It's not even a hit because I'll bunt.
He'll bunt.
Just get out of there.
That's
You're right. No, kiddo, I do it.
You're playing at Oracle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Splash hit.
Hey, yes. Hey, hit doctor.
Hey, what's up, HD? HD.
Yeah.
And the place to be. Wow, that was great. Thanks, Dave.
Hey, you're welcome.
Wear a vest more often.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends. And you know what? Nothing.
Yay!
Nothing.
Yay!
Nothing
Yay!
says family and friends more than crumble cookies. Oh my God, are those crumble cookies?
Yay! Yay! Yay!
Jason Ross.
You look puzzled.
What is that?
You don't know
You
who
don't know who
that
that
is?
is?
That is John Halleburton during his interview yesterday with local television, repeating
That's
what
what
he
he
was
said to Giannis.
saying in front of Giannis holding the
That's
towel.
what made him so mad.
I was just watching the game and I was just cheering. I was just going, yay, yay.
Well, just don't.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Find the audio and play it. It's a blast. Wow. It's really fun. And totally doesn't make people talk about it again and take the shine off his son and what he's doing. Jason Ross.
Oh, no.
Oh, I know. You love it.
Not Halleburton.
Happy birthday. Hey, we're in a new month. It's May. Happy birthday to Tim McGraw.
Dominating Outlaw. That was his first hit, followed by Refried Dreams, followed by Don't Take the Girl.
Wow.
And then it all went
You
down.
were going to get his birthday right on.
Hey,
there.
Chilling
He's
on the
best
dirt
known
road.
for being the drunk dad in Friday Night Lights.
Or is he best known for being the son of former Phillies reliever Tug McGraw?
Nope.
Wait, was that him in Friday Night Lights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well,
he did a
he
good
was
job.
Also in The Blind Side.
He was absolutely the
Ugh.
blind side.
I say a good football movie, and you come back with a bad football
Somebody
movie.
showed the clip of Sandra Bullock when she says she has the weapon and goes up. She's like in the hood or whatever. Someone's like, "Watch this now and tell me what you think." And it did not translate throughout the years.
But the family's great. The real family's great.
Good
Yes.
movie. True story, The Blind Side.
True story.
I'll say he's 59.
McGraw.
Oh, you read
61.
64.
Davis Close is 58.
Thank
So
you.
he looks
Sorry,
awful
Tim.
for his age.
Wow. He's actually yoked.
He
Yeah,
is.
shredded. Totally yoked.
Happy birthday to former King, former Warrior, maybe Billy Owens.
Number 3
Traded
pick.
for Mitch Richmond.
Three pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Some say Billy Owens the most consequential player in Sacramento Kings history.
I think which led to Weber. Yeah. Which led to Brian Skinner.
Yeah. B-Lo.
B.O.
I'm going to say DeMarcus Cousins, which led to De'Aaron Fox, which led to Cooper Flag.
Billy Owens is 53.
He's saying get into my car, right?
Yes.
Yes.
He is 51.
He is 61.
Dave is closest again, 56.
Wow, yeah. Wow.
Hey, on this date, in what year did one of the greatest television shows ever debut? SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh,
I have no
clue. Stop
Still
it,
going.
Chris. Stop it, Chris.
2000.
Yeah, it's either late 90s or early.
Say 2000.
99 just sounds wrong. I'm going to say 01.
99.
Right.
Party over. Out of time.
We have a correct answer. Christopher Laud, 1999.
Wow.
Sounded so right.
Wow, he got the one about TV or movies.
Yeah.
Yay!
Let's see how he does on this one then. The movie, he got game. What year?
I just recently had to inform my wife that Ray Allen was actually in that movie.
Wow.
She had no idea.
Jesus.
Set the screen.
Yes.
Jesus.
Shuttlesworth.
He got game 1995.
I was going to say 94.
97.
Chris is closest, 98.
Oh, that was going to be my second
Happy
answer.
birthday, Chet Holmgren.
You are terrible.
I missed again. It went off the bat.
Nice shot, Luca.
You shut up. He's 22.
I think he is 22.
22.
No correct answers. 23.
Really?
Yeah. Happy
He was
birthday
22 yesterday.
to Curtis Martin. Very good. Hall of Fame running
yes.
back.
My favorite Martin.
Yay.
Curtis Martin is 56.
I've been so bad today. 58.
He is 55.
Chris is closest, 52.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
You guys need to do better. What's coming up, Alan?
Is someone going to say so? I can always count on Jason. So we have a hybrid version of the round table. We have Chris Watkins coming in.
It's just a table.
From 12 to 12:30. Then we have Brendan Nunez. He joins us at 12:30. Jake Gaden of CBS joins us at 11.
Who?
Who's coming in?
Jake Gaden
No,
at
who
11.
did you say before that?
Chris Watkins.
And then after that?
Brendan Nunez.
He's had that drop.
Yeah,
forever, and he
And
hasn't
you
had a chance to play.
finally got to use it.
Yeah.
Is this the age of the double big? And if it is, how can the Kings utilize Domantas Sabonis in that way? And the trade target today, we will be second place to no one. We're going big fish hunting.
Are you going to Greece? You know, if never mind. For Jason, for Chris,
but
for JP Sears,
Yeah.
for Kelly Brothers. What?
For Sam Amick.
For
the whole roster.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're working our way.
Just give me Lawrence Butler, please.
Yeah. He hit a grand slam yesterday. It was awesome. You should listen to it.
Yay! Yay! Yay!
Alan Styles is next. Thank you, John. Bye now.
Yay! Yay!